Testing. Is that volume much better? How about this volume? We'll try it at this volume then. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream, whatever day you're seeing the stream on, or maybe even the people who are watching on YouTube. My name is Potentate, I go by Poe, and thank you for watching once more. I did notice, one of my friends propped into my stream and told me that my stream was being a little bit loud, my microphone compared to the game audio. And when I rewatched one of my videos, I did notice that that was a little loud. So, I thank you for the comment, and we are back in it, hopefully at a better volume. So... oh, there's more drop-downs. Alright, so let's see if we've got everything so far. Storage, we got 9 out of 9 treasures, and the Warp Trotter. So that's good. Warp Trotter here, treasures are good. We're in the base zone. We've got the Warp Trotter already, 2 more treasures. We do have that plant though. It has been 2 days since I last streamed. So I have my little notepad here that's stating I still need to go back to that plant that's up here. Let's see. Can you guess how many researchers passed me by yesterday after you left? Way too many to count. I got to hear tons of gossips. I'm an insider for everyone's secret conversations. Wow, now that's a blast. The space station doesn't seem to have many people aboard, but the human interactions are, well, ferociously intense. I didn't take you to be a gossiper. Your ears must be really good. You're doing much better now. I would probably... it was almost dead yesterday, so we'll comment on its health. Don't you think? With the cool drink, my skin is feeling wrinkle-free and my hair's already turned green again. Natural energy is the best. Anyway, thanks for your help yesterday. Well, here's what I promise you. Go on, take it. Come back and check up on me later, just in case the water goes out again. Alright, got another praise of morals and green thumb. Wait, we also got something else. What was that? Get all of our check marks off so they'll go away. Oh, that must be for the new limited edition. That is coming out soon. I'm very conflicted on if I want to get that. Oh, also, the website I normally get my builds from, Game 8, has started putting out their Honkai ones, and so I changed, I think I only really changed Donghyung's, one, but everyone else mostly stayed the same. A synthesis material, tier 1. Interesting. Wonder if that will come back. And I wonder what we can do with these moral standings. The space station really is a mixed bag. I heard the mech aristocrat Scrulium is going to pay us a visit soon. Okay. Wonder if I need to go back to the plant, because it did say that, like... Where was that achievement, by the way? The memories we share. Green Thumb, talk with the strain plant and visit it again on the next day. Okay. Because it did say to come back, so I wonder if I should visit it again. I have enough that I can do another 10 pull, which will be 4 out of the 50 beginner pulls, but we'll wait to get this, we'll do this side quest first. Please rest assured that this zone is now completely under the control of the Curio Collection Squad. Why is your voice shaking? I remember you. You're the guy who is morbidly scared of death. We'll say why. Shaking? It's not. You must have misheard. Calm down, Abraham. As a member of the Curio Collection Squad, you must always stay calm. Fear, if picked up by others, will not only make everyone distrust you, but also ruin your chance to avenge Alfred. Mrs. Hinkle transferred me here from the obstacle detection terminal so that I could follow the lead of Wen Mingdi, head of the Curio Collection Squad, to toughen myself up on the front lines. But as soon as I came here, I encountered a problem about reactivating the space anchor over there. That's too hard. Even I can do it. Both of these seem harsh. Because, like... Well, then again, I don't think our characters ever learned how to open it up. Or to activate them, it's just we walked by them. We'll encourage him. You think so too? Great, I'm not alone. Well, actually, the activation itself isn't the difficult part. You just need to get close to the space anchor. That's what I said. And the biological polarity of your body will be enough to activate it. The real challenge is all the monsters along the way. Back when I was working at the obstacle detection terminal, there were nothing but distant shadows that I could just brush aside. Then the invasion happened. And when I learned that they got Alfred, my heart began to fill up with hatred. But when I became a member of the Curio Collection Squad and met them face to face, all I felt was fear. At that moment, Alfred's fading eyes flashed in my head. I felt short of breath, with cold sweat all over my body and my legs trembling. What a loser, right? I just couldn't find the courage to go through with it and activate the space anchor, and it had been like this for several days. Leave it to me. Let's go together. We can look out for each other. To be able to successfully get over his issues, we need to go together. But on the other hand, he would slow us down. But our character so far has been a no man left behind kind of character. So we'll say let's go together. No, I can't. I'll just get in the way. At least he's self-aware. Kalis, please activate the space anchor. I'm counting on you. Cool. Ooh. One more treasure chest, and we will have all the treasure chests on the space station. Supposedly. Oh. Ooh. And smack.
I've no interest in conflict.
The Demolished Man. Wonder what that one's for. The defeat 3 animals with physical break damage in a single battle. Nice. The triple authentication failed. Opening the hatch is forbidden. Even the space station special permit is unable to open this hatch. A so-called triple authentication is required here. Entering this mysterious cabin seems to require some extra effort. Oh, I wonder... When you look in our bag, we have this one and this one. This 1,000 stars access authentication, and then our special permit. I wonder... We'll leave that there because there's probably like a good boss fight in there, so I don't want to waste that yet. So I need to find like one more permit. I wonder if it'll be in here. Oh, speaking of boss fight. Oh, I wonder if this is the last robot we need. Very ordinary little robot for shutdown. Yes, it was. Let's get that achievement. Turn off the little robots in the space station 6 times. And we got a message too. For the maintenance integers. Brother Kalis, can I ask you something? Lots of the little robots have recently disconnected from the terminal. My checks say they were manually turned off. The security department tells me you went past that area. Did you see anyone suspicious? I confess, I did it. I don't know either. Nah, I did it. I admit I did it. They were on standby, so I just tapped them a few times. Alright, don't do it again. I'll ignore it this time. I feel that in my soul. Feel that in my soul. From IT. Okay, well, this will be a boss fight, so let's... Oh good, it does. Always want to freeze everyone that you can at the beginning of a battle. I enjoy that they've already put like the quick battle options in this game. It's like I'm not against turn-based, but sometimes it can be really slow, like if anyone's played Fire Emblem here. Because my first turn-based game was Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. And when you have to grind to get character stats up so that you can do the final boss battle, it can get really boring because you have to grind and grind and grind. Especially if you also want to make sure to do everybody's synergy before the final boss battle so that you can have the synergy bonuses. It's a lot. Special access card is vaguely distinguishable from others. The corners are chipped and the writings are worn. It's unclear if it works. When the light is at a certain angle, the words redacted can vaguely be seen printed on the card. Okay, so it said triple access. We just got one, so I wonder if these are the 3 cards we need to be able to get into the triple locked area. Make sure to run around the room real quick, check for any kind of doodads. Proper role-playing gamer? What's that one? Open treasure 30 times on the Herta space station. Oh, I wonder if that means we got everything. As my brain just malfunctioned. Oh, another one. Okay, so that's something I've noticed, is that one would have put us at 8 all of the treasure, but the big gold chests do not count as the treasure that's listed on the treasures that are listed on the map. And we're full health again, which is great because we're about to probably go fight something. Can we get in here now? Initiating authentication, verification, verifying. Verification failed. Oh, I have no idea which tier. Tier 3? You see a group of images shot in strange angles. After much thought, you become convinced that the torso in the image is a remnant of the antimatter legion. The camera seems to be attached on the monster's body. Okay, that's the one we just got. Activating synchronization program. Activation successful. Beacon of signals coming from the storage zone. Currently synchronizing. Please wait. Surveillance video you could access is extremely blurry. You see some kind of wubbaboos floating downwards outside of a wall-sized window. This seems to be an elevated room somewhere. It said the storage room. We got a card in there already, so we're just missing the tier 1. Activating synchronization program. Successful. Beacon signals coming from the master control zone. Okay, so the bridge. Currently synchronizing, analyze, please wait. You see a blurry surveillance. The final image is of a researcher with a luscious hairstyle, kneeling down and reaching towards something. Oh, okay, that's that guy with the curly hair, the one who wanted us to join the curly hair squad. Yeah, okay. We'll get this done and then we'll go there. Left, the hunt. The hunt on the left, the harmony on the right, the erudition in the heart. The dragon on your chest? On the chest is preservation. This is the chant of Eon protection that I came up with myself. Please don't alter the wording lest we offend the Eons. But I only recited the chant 167 times and you already activated the space anchor. Actually, when I was reciting the chant, I figured it all out. Since you've helped me complete my task already, I can now continue to stay on the team, and I will eventually hunt down the monster that killed Alfred and avenge him. I'm pretty sure outside of that locked room, I've killed all the monsters on the space station already. I'll prove to you that I have the courage to take that step before the long night of death. I hope this is our last encounter. I hope this is not our last encounter. Farewell. That's nice. Can I talk to you again? I cannot. Oh, new mission? New side quest? Go to the storage zone and learn about the revival declared by researchers. The storage zone that once held a variety of curios has been turned into an emergency safe zone. Chilling shadows of death still linger, and the monsters continue to roam free in the silvery cabin. An exhilarating declaration of revival will be taking place here. There is no time to waste. Your efforts are the firewood that will fuel the flames of revival. And while we are there, we will check to see if the toilet teleports us again. But first, let's see if we can get that last key card so that I can unlock this room. Because I believe that's the only area I haven't gone to. Because I got the security tag here. And I've been all the way over here. Yeah, there's a guy that's like right... It's either the one that's at the store, or it's the guy just past him, because... Yeah, him. Man with luscious hair, yeah. Oh, today is another big curly and poofy day. With such great feelings, are you still not impressed after having dealt with me 3 times? Which department are you from? Don't know, don't care. That isn't a mood from an office building. Don't know, don't care. One day there will be the Herta Department of Curl Academy in the space station where all the hairstyle aficionados can gather and share knowledge about the art of hairstyling. I mean, you're a research station. If you wanted to, you could have like a department that goes over like beauty, a beauty department, which hair care would be underneath, and I'm sure Herta could make buku's amount of money off of like her own skincare, though most of the time she's a puppet, so I don't know how much skincare she needs. I have already figured out the title of the paper we will publish in collaboration on the positive functional relationship between the concentration of scientists with luscious hairstyles and the prosperity and great discoveries of the universe. Okay, but you're supposed to give me a keycard. Nothing special. It's so boring here. Everyone wears the same clothes. You have appeared before me for the 4th time, and your clothes have never changed. Now I want to ask you a question. How on earth are we supposed to recognize a researcher in a crowd? By their hair? Well, my daughter used to say to me, Daddy, you should get a more luscious hairstyle. Then I can tell you apart from the other old guys in the department. I didn't listen to her until the Legion invaded. She called out my name, but ran off in the opposite direction. She must have seen a staff member who looked similar to me. Later, I found the researcher who looks similar to me. That's the guy who's selling the coin, who is taking the coins. He was lying place down on the platform. My girl was not far away. I told her that Daddy will definitely get a more luscious hairstyle this time. However, her little hands had already gone cold. Well, dang! I thought this man was kind of eccentric, but the fact that his daughter died in the invasion, I can understand it a little bit more now. Also, I've also been told by my friend that my VTuber design's eyes crinkle a bit. It's because the tracker I'm using does not like my glasses at all. And so the crinkling is from it thinking my glasses are my eyelids. The trouble is that there are now more and more members in the Invincible Space Warhead Association. In the future, how can we recognize a researcher in a crowd? Alright, do I just keep talking to you? None of my belongings escaped that abracadabra mishap. All that was left was a bunch of unrecognizable garbage. Whatever, they are merely worldly possessions anyway. At least I have my hair with me. Geez, you again. If I'm not mistaken, this is our 5th encounter. Yeah, you need to give me a key card. You've been pestering me for so long, I guess it was kind of entertaining. Here, take these. It's not because I'm too lazy to toss them out. There it is! So far, you've obtained by stacking these 3 authority authentication cards on top of each other and place them against the light. The words 1000 Star Redacted Corporation can vaguely be seen printed on the cards. It's time to go and open the door protected by the triple authentication. I would not have expected to need to talk to him 5 times to be able to get it. Herta Panopticon System. Special access card detected. 3 in total. Classification level unclear. Triple authentication is enabled by the system. Welcome back. It's in the usual spot. So this is like if you don't know that you even got the cards. This is if you don't know where the locked room is. So is this some kind of VIP deal? Response authenticator invalid. Triple authentication is enabled by the system. Welcome back. It's in the usual spot. Okay. I'm probably gonna go fight a monster. Let's see. I have some more coin. Do I have enough for the most expensive item? They are locked by levels. I wonder if I should just wait, because I don't know if I have enough for everything in the shop plus these. I also don't know if it's worth buying artifacts, because if it's anything like Genshin, the artifacts will, you'll be able to get them really easily, like, through grinding, so we'll wait. Alright, let's go back to this one. Spin around. Alright, we're probably gonna have to go fight a pretty powerful boss monster. So we got our ultimate. This must be the door protected by triple authentication. Let's do it. Confirm. First, second, and third authentication passed. It's been several space station system years since you last came. The board of directors has been waiting eagerly for your reply. Anyway, welcome back. Oh, I wonder if this is like Herta's authentication, because she doesn't come to the space station very often. Or I wonder who else would be like the her they're referring to. Or you, I mean. Oop. Where's my mouse? Ah, I was trying to do that before she used her ult, because I saw another monster in there, and in case it's like a way more powerful monster, I wanted to wait until so I could use all my ults on the second monster. Okay, let's run and get some health before we fight the second one. Thank you. Back we go. And then bop. The long range from her is really nice.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
You can fight it or rock with it.
Rules are made to be broken.
It really sounds like she's cussing when she does her ult.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Okay, so that wasn't as difficult as those two mini-bosses we had to fight at one point. So I wonder whose room this is, since it did say that, like, it's been a long time since you've been here. Could be Scrollium's, potentially. Wonder if this will tell me. Bookshelf. Asta Business Elite Correspondent Records. Copy of Asta's email correspondence with the Business Elite who created the universe's high energy metafields something. Printed email with Ryan Galaxy Energy Unlimited, which seems to be a location since hers is Herta Space Station. Dear Miss Atta, the most ambitious, visionary, and promising entrepreneur, greetings and good evening. Earlier this year I had the pleasure of meeting you and introducing myself to you at a charity event hosted by your family, but I know that a fine lady like you, who comes from a noble family and is well educated and intelligent, would not care about such trivial matters. I'd like to introduce myself once again. Oh, I genuinely hope you're the most brilliant lady, as the rumor has it. I am Ryan, the founder of the Galactic Association of Entrepreneurs, as well as the chairman of the Galaxy Energy Unlimited Group, and the founder of the Universe High Energy Metafield Space. Throughout the last 10 years of hard effort, I was lucky to get long-distance counsel from an anonymous member of the Genius Society in my sleep. I'm not saying that's not possible considering all this other stuff that's been happening, but that's a little suspicious. And when I awoke from my dream, I successfully created the Universe High Energy Metafield Space. I once submitted a business proposal to your group concerning the Metafield Space, but your offer did not meet the value I expected, and I passed up an excellent opportunity to work with you. However, I am the founder of the Association of Entrepreneurs, and several of our keen members have informed me of your email address via our extensive network. So we need to find the rats who leaked it. Okay. You are, in my opinion, the most gifted heir of the great families in the last few centuries. Furthermore, I am aware of your family's involvement in the IPC. As a result, I'd like to invite you to join me in starting a business. Only a young prodigy of noble lineage and great potential such as yourself can realize how my incredible invention, the Universe High Energy Metafield Space, will certainly add the most dazzling touch to your legendary career. The business proposal is in an attachment, and the price I am willing to accept is as follows. You provide the investment, I take 60% of the shares, and you take 40%. This is an incredible opportunity. It sounds like a scam is what it sounds like. Alright. So this is the reply. And they also CC'd in the security department. Ah, exactly, the rats who leaked it. Okay. After years of research, I discovered something new in the universe and no one else had observed. The universe contains a high-speed particle known as the scammer particle. Exactly what I was thinking. Scammer particles rotate at high speeds around normal organisms, forming the foundation of a metafield's elemental matter. Under constant external high-energy conceptual stimulation, the scammer particles leap to the high-energy state and then return to the low-energy state after a brief period of time, accumulating credits from the outside world. However, there is another type of antiparticle among the stars, surrounded by a swarm of scammers. The anti-scammer particle will eventually explode and discharge its own energy, stripping the scammer particles of its positive valence form and causing it to disintegrate. This antiparticle was discovered by me. You're a moron for trying to scam me. Okay, that's fun. I enjoyed Asta's bite back. Okay. Yeah, so, like, for example, we see a chest right in front of me. It's one of the gold ones, but it says I have 8 out of 8. So, obviously, these chests are outside of... Oh, the seriousness of breakfast. Ripples of the Derrick Sea. What is that one? Red name alert. Obtain 20 types of light cones. Okay. This one. Complete the Formidable Foe challenge 5 times. Oh, whoever's guarding the gold chests. Okay. Oh, there's some more stuff over there. Alright, we'll do this one first. Collect. Asta's shopping list. Why is this important? Alright, let's read it. Dear Lifetime Premium member Asta, thank you for shopping at Cosmo Premium. We have received your order and have arranged for it to be delivered to your home. Please keep an eye out for the order update. You've chosen online payment. The exact shipment information is provided in the paper shipping records for each package. When you have multiple orders to fulfill, the orders may be shipped in different packages. The information presented on the My Orders page determines your actual order information. You may also access the page at any moment to change the order. And then this. This order comes with 1 package containing the following items: exclusive fresh product, fruit flavor, strong and healthy, calcium-rich milk 10 cartons, 20 bottles with each carton, room temperature packaging. Soft cloud, extra thick, high warm, vacuum compressed quilt for dorm single bed, blue star strip. Shattered Star Blade, Galaxy Greatswords illustration, collector's edition, 7-volume reprint. A 5-piece armor set made of meteoric alloy, including helmet, goggles, armor, shin guards, and gloves. Can I have that? And 5, customized for weapons interface only, external wireless large volume durable radiation shielding portable power bank with free charging base. Okay, and then... Oh, there's a few different reading materials here. Okay. Let's get the one on the desk then. Note to intruders, you don't move. When you find this note, you've already entered the surveillance zone of my Sky Eye system. In other words, your exploration operation, which you thought went undetected, has been noted down by me. I've gone through the trouble of triple encrypting this chamber just to lock the boring past within it. I can't just let you go now that you've discovered the big secret about my lineage. You inhaled the hallucinogenic poisonous gas as soon as you entered the room. The gas is so deadly that even the space station's greatest doctors are powerless to save you. In a nutshell, you're dead. Ha! Is this joke making you shiver? You shouldn't have just barged into someone's private property. Okay. There's no Sky Eye or deadly gas. This room, on the other hand, is loaded with ancient and rare artifacts, none of which I want. You can take whatever you want as a reward for breaking the triple encryption. That's right, I prefer to reward rather than to punish. When it comes to running the space station, encouraging you in your adventures in pursuit of knowledge. Thank me. Don't forget to put away the things you messed up, get the reward you want, and leave. Don't hang around and don't be greedy, otherwise I'm not sure what I'll do if I become angry. Your dearest, the prophetic lead researcher, Asta. Okay, so this is Asta's office. Okay. And then, let's get this one. We got find all readable items regarding Asta and the mission, the emptiness of Locus Silenti. Bookshelf. Read. Alright, Asta's letters from home. The family insignia with a hot foil stamped on the letterhead looks exquisite, but the jagged creases betray its prior life in the trash can. I love the descriptions on these. They're so good. The first letter. Asta, the health of your great-grandmother has deteriorated. Please come home as soon as possible. Oh my gosh, this is every single, like, rich people's parents, like, records to get their kids that have decided to become independents letter, like, oh, someone's health is bad. Come home. And then they're either not allowed to leave, or they're, like, guilt-tripped about it. Yeah. Second letter. Dear Asta, Valiant assigned his men to guard the ward, and your cousins and I have tried for a few times, but his men still won't allow us to come close. I clashed with him during a video call a few days ago, and he insisted on not allowing us to video talk with the hospital, so I'm not sure what the situation is with Great-Grandma. Your father is still on planet Larchmont and hasn't returned, and he hasn't responded to any messages I've sent him, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I think Valiant... He probably just wants to continue exploiting IPC. I don't think he will harm your great-grandmother. You don't have to be worried too much about your great-grandmother because the galaxy's best medical services are here, so there won't be any serious issues. However, I am concerned about you, a girl out wandering to study the Star Rail. Blatant appears to have become desperate recently, and I'm concerned that he'll do something horrible to you. You should hire some reliable security staff, but it's okay. I looked at your route, and the closest planet to you is redacted. The coordinates aren't redacted, and there is an IPC subsidiary there under my name. You can go right over there. I've got a squad of very competent security staff waiting for you. Remember, don't believe anything Blatant says. Yeah, exactly. With this bit. Aunt Taylor. Third letter, back from the evil uncle. You've been toying with telescopes and stars for so long that you've forgotten who you are. Great-grandma has mentioned you countless times. Please return home quickly. Again, don't believe him. Miss Asta, please accept my apologies for any inconveniences this has caused you. May I inquire if you have recently visited Redacted Group of the Planet Redacted, in which the IPC has an investment, and if you have signed an agreement to transfer the family shares at 5:31 p.m. local time. The Foundation received this document yesterday morning, but after discovering that the digital origin of the agreement does not correspond to your usual location for the past 3 months, the process has been temporarily halted. Oh yeah, the uncle trying to steal all the money. Please keep an eye on your security device today and tomorrow for communication from the group's legal counsel. Family Trust Fund. And then there's the mom. Dear Essa, I was able to reach Dad. He's been hit by electromagnetic storm, which rendered all communication devices unusable. Are you still looking for the elusive comet rail? If you aren't too busy, you should come back. There's been a lot going on lately at home. You should be wary of Aunt Taylor. The trust fund alerted me the other day that she forged an agreement to transfer your shares, but thankfully you did not cooperate. So the aunt's also in on it. So she told us not to believe the uncle, but then she's the one who tried to steal the money. Interesting. The trust fund alerted me the other day that she forged an agreement, but anyway, I'll tell you all about it when you get home. By the way, do you have enough money? I looked over last month's bill. How did you manage to spend such little money if you hired a scientific research fleet to accompany you on your expedition? Have you run out of pocket money yet? My baby daughter, don't skimp on food or lodging to save money. Please let me know if you don't have enough money. Well, her parents seem nice. And then there's the usual infighting for money. So we've got we're just over half on bookshelves, so we've been pretty good on collecting things. Okay, so I believe that's everything in here. We never got to see our medical scan, though, which is a bummer. Alright, so two things. First off, we got a new light cone. This one. So let's take a brief look. On my website to see Alright, there are a few characters apparently this one is good for, according to that website. They have it for Herta, Himiko, Chinxi, and Serval. Okay, so it looks like it's best for Serval between the two. So, first of all, detail between the ones that I have. Wait, you want to superimpose? Yep, alright. And then... So, Serval will be the first one to get a character. It's a 4-star light cone then. What does the breakfast even do? Increases where's damage. Every defeated enemy increases the attack. Okay, so it stacks. That's fun. And then Herta I had as Sagisty, so that's fine. Okay, cool. So, got my light cones up to date. Oh, he's... Where did you even get that maple leaf, though? Alright. Alright, we had the 8 pole, so let's do, as you can see, this one, and then my next one will be all of my beginner's discount poles. Let's see what we get. I wonder if the game is set so that you don't get any early legendaries on this, like, beginner pole. Because I haven't seen a single person get like pull a legendary before their fifth tin pull. I don't know who this is. She looks cool though. Okay, trend of the universal market. Let's see. Alright, so it looks like this one is good on a lot of your tank characters. And that includes the Trailblazer Fire? I don't know what that means. Maybe it'll be like in Genshin where the main character can like change classes to whatever you want it to be. We'll put it on March 7th for now, then. And then, let's see, do we need to superimpose anything? Let's lock our first one of these. Oh, no, I already had one locked, so this one needs to be the one we superimpose. I want at least one of every light cone maxed out if I can. Do I have the void one? I do. That one's almost fully maxed out. Do I have this one anywhere? Got a lot of this one. I wonder if that means I'm gonna get a healing character soon. Alright, characters. This one, light cone. Let's put this one on it. Cool. Alright, so we have the... Let's work on our side quests. Heal me, please. Okay, I did. What is this? Battle of intellects is a source of pride. Physical exertion brings shame. It's a complete nonsense. So physical labor doesn't count as work now? Today I'm going to show them all what real work is about. Here! Yeah, show them. All staff present, attention please. Herta Space Station is undergoing a difficult period of revival. In the battle with the Legion, some of our colleagues were slaughtered by monsters, and their cold bodies were thrown into the silent space. The cyber attack has erased years of research efforts. The damaged curios are slowly disintegrating in a weightless environment. Everything within sight has been turned into a wasteland, and monsters are still roaming around in our cabins. No matter how many dazzling achievements you have made on your own, we can no longer afford to live like hermits. We need to mobilize every member of our staff, put down our inherent prejudices, oh gosh, and work together to recover the lost curios and repair the damaged cabins. So inspiring, so lame. I'm all ears. How inspiring. If you don't mind, I don't want to hear any more complaints about physical labor, nor do I want to see anyone putting off work. If you are interested in curio recovery, please report to the Curio Collection Squad under Mr. Wenmingji in the base zone as soon as possible. Okay. Yep. Those who are interested in repair work come to me now to learn the process. I can help with repairs. Does everyone have to participate? Yeah. Good. Are you the young man who helped out in the master control zone? I have a special task for you. 45 meters out the door from where we are now, there's a major road defect. I've checked it, and the small ordnance depot on the other side says the defect is swarming with monsters. I'm afraid ordinary staff won't be able to deal with this. Looks like I'm the only one. Don't worry, just leave it to me. Yes, make sure to repair the road and eliminate the monsters at the end of it. I have many other matters to attend to. Please report back to me when you finish the task. Considering I've done all of the space station, I'm very curious. Maybe it'll unlock somewhere new, because I've already defeated most of the monsters. Oh.
This will strengthen our position.
Okay, so the quest will spawn new monsters. Got it.
Watch this awesome move.
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
Oh, is that it? And this is the room with the whispering voices. I think I was supposed to just do the quests and that would take me around the entire building, but instead I just decided to do everything in one sitting, like last time. Alright, I'm back. Young man, you're back. Let me concentrate and inspect your work. There is 0.5 ms time delay between the sound reaching both ears, which indicates that the source is in the 3 or 9 o'clock position. A sound is much louder in the left ear, which confirms the 9 o'clock position. That means the monsters in 3 o'clock position have been eliminated. Good job. Such an incredible skill. I can't hear anything. Why don't you just look? That's an incredible skill. It's just sonar positioning, nothing to brag about. Considering that in reality, someone can bang something real close to me and I cannot tell you the direction at all where it came from, it's a great ability. In the Herta Department of Ecology, we deal with all sorts of galactic creatures every day. Developing this kind of ability is just part of our training. The staff at Herta Space Station possess many different abilities. After meeting a few of us, you won't be surprised anymore. In short, thank you for contributing to the Herta Space Station. This is the reward I managed to secure for you from the lead researcher Asta. Please take it. Thank you. You seem to care a lot about the spaceship. No need to reward me for such a minor good deed. Thank you. Back when I was an unknown researcher, I was told by the first group of people who worked on the construction of the Herta Space Station, this universe is never friendly, rather it is vast and dark. In this vast universe, there are countless pairs of eyes staring at the space station with various intentions. Some covet its curios, while others envy its neutrality and freedom. Others despise it or see it as a chess piece that can be destroyed and trampled on at will. Perhaps we researchers are the only ones who understand the joy, sadness, empathy, and... It's not empathy, like E-M. Empathy and compassion that has brought us, which is why it is up to us to give everything we have to protect it. Woo! I tried to jump because that's like the natural thing in Genshin where you just Chat with Shi Qing. Renovations aboard the space station are proceeding everywhere at a measured pace, be it in the base zone or in the railway platform. Several researchers seem to be encountering some issues. Go and find out what happened. Okay. Easy enough.
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
We meet again. Are you here for a vacation this time? Feel free to take the seat next to me and have a break. You need help. The Majestic Legion, the Chaos and Hurts of the Curio Cabinet, we can never seem to get a break from it all. Time to bid farewell to research and retire to a quiet, leisurely life. Happy and free, excuse me. Who are you? Didn't you see I was singing? Where are your manners? It's not often you get the chance to waste time like this. Enjoy it while you can. If not for all the turmoil going on, I would still be locked up in the cabin doing the so-called research. I've already made it this far, and with a full head of hair at that, no need to worry about other people living better than you. The worst that can happen is we all perish together. Look at it this way, even if there's a neutrino burst that heralds the destruction, it's still worth it to see such a beautiful sight. I'm so happy now to be able to freely waste my own life. Just so happy. Do you need help with anything? What did you say? You already shared some of my joys, so you may as well share some of my chores? We in the Department of Implement Arts have received orders to take stock of the various losses of the space station. That includes evaluating areas like the railway platform. All assets damaged by the Legion in the area, whether mobile, immobile, must be photographed and reported to the IPC. My hands are full already, so why don't you lend me one? Don't worry, there'll be something in it for you too. I'll be on my way then. I'll be waiting for you here, humming some tunes. The galaxy is indeed a sight to behold. Alright, I'm trying to remember. I think the toilet is in here, and if we want to check it to see if I got everything from it, since apparently you sometimes need to go and revisit things multiple times. Oh. I wonder what— oh, do the monsters just respawn? Or is it because I have a quest going on? I need to understand if the monsters respawn or not. Does anyone know? Do the monsters respawn, or is it just from the quest?
You can fight it or rock with it.
Because I'm pretty sure I got that as well before. Ah, there's the toilet. It is common household item. There's a button with a warning. You decide. You sit down and you get swirled into the teleportation. Oh, it did send me to a new place. After a period of uncomfortable dizziness, you are transported somewhere at the space station by the door to a new world. This is the, if you wanted to unlock this guy, you had to follow the cranes everywhere. I think it was in my last video. Okay, so that does not let me use it again. That's where I am. So let's teleport back, see if we can use it again, since apparently using things multiple times is part of this game. After a period of uncomfortable dizziness, you are transferred somewhere at the space station by the door to a new world. I cannot use it again, but this is a new space. We're here now. So let's go back, try it again. I got all of these last time, so at least a few of these have to respawn. After a period, you are transported. That's where we were teleported before over there last time. Click the function button below. Okay, R. Alright, so it does not like where I'm taking the photo. Click to enter the photographic recognition mode. If there's an identifiable object nearby, the button will begin to flash. The view can then be moved and rotated. Once the camera is launched, search for recognizable objects nearby. A target with a ring mark is detected. Hold still until it takes the photo. Okay. So it's starting to flash. And then interesting. We're not gonna talk to Himiko yet, because I want to wait. There's nothing there. Well, it's taking me to a new space still, so let's go again. Okay, so that's all the places it sends me, and it doesn't have like a accomplishment for going to all of them. Alright, we got our pictures.
I'll need to record today's notes in the database.
We meet again. Are you here for vacation this time? I took a picture. Back again? You're fast. Here, I had plenty of blank space in this ledger. Let's see what you managed to capture. The broken robot. A streamlined body, silver white metallic luster. Is this the robot that Asta ordered? I have to admit, she has great taste. The Astral Express. Well, strictly speaking, the Express isn't part of the space station. Hey, you're one of the Express folk, right? I'll do you a favor and add it to the damage to the books. Add its damage to the books. Hey! Oh, the joys of the company card. Are these enough? More or less. I'll put it in the ledger. You can take a look now. Herta Asset Damage Evaluation List. Curio Collection, Reject Silence. A tiny orchestra set that automatically plays some not too bad exotic music when the ambient noise is at 0 decibels. If the surrounding is louder than 0 decibels, the set will remain silent. Level of damage 80%. Functions the exact opposite way as it claims to be. The noisier the surroundings, the louder it becomes. Lots of credits. Dark matches. There's nothing special about these matches designed to be used in dim environments. If you stare at them long enough, you may even find them pitiable. When placed in bright areas, the transparent and odorless aerosols in dark green can be spotted floating near their heads, which are safe to be touched by hand. Igniting the matches will drive away light and usher in darkness. Unexpectedly, the monsters from the Legion found them particularly interesting and stole them all. Interdimensional bed. Situated in the Herta Department of Implement Arts, this bed lies in the middle of a scented lime green vines. Those sleeping in its fragrance will, in their dreams, cross the boundary between dimensions and travel amongst the stars. 10% damage. A number of vines were burnt down. Please replace them by collecting new ones and deliver through interastral shipment. Railway platform. Platform used to host guests at the space station and park spacecrafts. 50% damage. Truss structure deformation and need concrete. Astral Express. Spacecraft parked at the space station platform. Should the craft be damaged, Herta Space Station bears minimal liability. 20%. Multiple scratches on coaches. Damaged paintwork. High energy cost against mileage. Odor from monsters. Delayed schedule. Opportunity cost. Extraordinary wear and tear. Psychological damage. Man, he is making them pay credits for those damages. And the Shinki Megascope asset, researcher's personal belongings, item description, Megascope used to observe the Aquila constellation. 70% with the piece broken, you'll have to make do with the naked eye. Are you done yet? Don't just nose around. There are only a few lines that concern you. If there's nothing wrong, I'll take photos. There are thousands of items on that list. It seems like there's something odd about that list. Shishing Megascope? Something a little off about it. Odd, IBC will reimburse us for everything. There's no need to be coy about it with them. Okay, I'll sort out the ledger and for submission later. You should get some rest. Oh, we just got to level 9 overall. Okay, we got that on our bookshelf. Good, good, good. Alright. Anything else? Nope, it would just be the next part of the main quest now. Let's check real fast, make sure there's no other quests. Nope. Does the main quest give us Herta-coin? It does not. Okay. So running under the assumption that the Herta-coin we have is all the Herta-coin we're gonna get. Is it enough to buy everything in the store, or do I need to? Because I've already got 500. And I have another 400 available, which will put us at 900. But that's less than the max, so we must get more Herta-coin at some point. Okay, so we can just buy whatever we want. We'll save 60. That would be 100. That's 200. We'll save 260. What are these? Not sure, but... Oh, and there's 260. Cool. Characters. Well, I'm getting my 5-star, so let's actually hold off on using the XP until we get the 5-star eventually. Let's go to supply zone. Here, teleport. Oh. Memory bubble. Bubbles are floating in the air with the colorful glow gliding on their surfaces. For some reason they form an image that seems to carry a profound meaning. You're sure you saw a red sun descending into a snowy mountains and a girl in a robe falling under the tip of a sword. You have even heard someone softly laughing. Everything is red, real, and is not your imagination. Obviously you touch the bubble. You extend your arm and your fingertip stops extremely close to the bubble. Nothing happens. Perhaps you should ask for more info from someone who knows what it is. Who would know about the memory bubble? There was that little kid with that's in this room that knows about, fauna, like alien creatures, so he might know what the bubble is. It's not in this room. It's the meeting room, right? No? Yes. No? Shoot, I've forgotten which room he's in. I think it's on this floor, though. Okay, so the monsters do respawn, because they were not here still. Or I'd cleared them out earlier.
They're made to be broken. It's but a vision. Break. reach the end of the story in your own way.
Okay. Is the kid in here? Yeah, it's this room. Okay. Do you know about the bubble? Okay, so you don't know about the bubble. Let me look it up. I'm also, just so everyone knows, one of those people who I would rather not leave somewhere unfinished, so I just look up the answers. Let's see. Star Rail, bubble. Who to talk about bubble creature. Okay, so apparently we need to talk to Herta, but a specific Herta. So trying to remember which room that is. Oh, there's another one of these bubbles. Bubbles are floating in the air. Those bubbles were not there before. I know that for a fact. Trying to figure out which room she's in. Because the easy one would just be going here. But the guide at least said to do the one that... We'll try this one first, just to see if maybe she'll tell me. Nope. Okay. Well, you all are gonna watch me run around looking for something. It's not in either of these. Or this one. It's not in the upper floor, that's the medical zone, so it's not there. It's not there, and I don't think it's on any of these floors. So I think it's in the supply zone. Maybe. Oh, another bubble. Wonder what that was from. Defeat 20 enemies with physical abilities. Okay. This is the third bubble I've seen. Okay, where is... Oh, literally just came back exactly where I was. Okay, I'm just trying to backtrack from... Okay, so we then went through here. when making our way to the Stellaron room. And then went in here. Okay, finally. Can you tell me about the bubbles? Strange bubbles. Okay. Oh, this is top secret. Outsiders can never know about that I own this thing. You must sign a disclosure agreement first. Yep. Great. You take the paper and pen from Herta and leave your signature. The paper is made with a bizarre material and the ink dries up the moment it touches the paper. When you move to the tip to the pen, your heart suddenly flutters. Please bear in mind that this agreement is more than a legally binding contract. You must also abide by the law of the imaginary, which is above the social and natural laws. Not even the IPC can override it. Why didn't you say that before I signed it? Would you have refused to sign it if I told you that? You seem like the kind who doesn't think much about consequences. You will make a decision regardless of its price. Now that you have signed the agreement, you can do anything you like with my memory bubbles. Just make sure that you are out of the sight of entities at the Garden of Recollection. In fact, I don't think there will be any trouble even if they catch you. Memory bubbles? The Garden of Recollection has its ways to steal memories of others. To preserve memories, they created sentiential membrane to keep the memories wrapped up in like a bubble. Makes it easy to carry memories around. They have an even more advanced technology called light cones. With that, they can capture more than just memories. It's a shame I can never master the light cone technology without the blessing of the Aeon Fuli. The Garden is a faction that worships the Aeon Fuli, which is the mirror-looking one that has the Emperor hat. In their opinion, the world is defined by everyone's perception of memories and are the proof of the world's existence. They're willing to forego their physical bodies for that purpose. If you ask me, the Garden of Recollection, the Architects, the Family, the Antimatter Legion are all idiots that obsessively worship their archons. Who are the Memo Keepers? They are memories of the Garden of Recollection who travel between worlds to collect precious memories. You will run into them sooner or later. I bet the memories of the Galaxy Express passenger is highly sought after by them. You can get lucky if you meet civilized Memo Keepers, since they might use an amazing memory to exchange with yours. However, watch out for the Memo Snatchers, the radicals in the Garden of Recollection. They won't give you a heads up before stealing your memory. Can I touch the bubbles? Sure. Just touch it with your forehead. Remember to close your eyes or your head will start spinning. Okay, so now I gotta go back to all the places I saw bubbles. I've already forgotten where one of them was. One of them was on... One was on the train station. One of them was here. Nope, I've already forgotten them. Where I've seen, like, 2 of them. Alright, memory bubble. You approach the bubble and experience a chilly sensation that gently pierces through your skin, flesh, and bones and then goes down deeper. In your view is a stretch of sticky, unruly, and unattractive red mud, some parts of it even squirming. It occurs to you that this is a group of clay men with big heads and short legs. They are the true rulers of the planet of Calcis. On this place seems to be the royal council chamber for the clay men. You have forgotten why you are attending this meeting, but you know it is a golden opportunity to pry out the precious minerals from the bellies of the clay men. The meeting room reverberates with muffled gobbling noises. It sounds like the whines of despair made by a person drowning in a swamp as mud slowly blocks off their airways. This is the Clayman race's language, but you can't understand a word of it. You have yet to implement a synthesia beacon. The meeting is boring you to tears. Oh, Calcis, anyone can speak their minds. The interpreter relays to you. The Clay Queen gazes at you and you wonder where the Queen's eyes are. The Synthesia interpreter says, this mission rests upon our shoulders. Together we will defend Calcis from the calamity that is the wet season. The Clay King is overcome with emotion. Meanwhile, you stare out the window, racking your brain as you ponder what kind of texture the meat of clay sheep would have. By the stars, you can't take it anymore. Listening to the prattle of the talent motivation department's top brass would be more interesting than this muck. You can't resist the urge to roll your eyes, but suddenly notice the king staring directly at you. Thankfully, the king just wants to invite you, a rare Earth management consultant from the IPC, to speak on the stage. Problem? You're just an outsider. What could you possibly know about the future of Calcis? Haha, you got it! You roll your dry eyeball slyly and swiftly, then flash the king a standard yet dazzling smile. Take to the stage and release an unending waterfall of sounds in which you imagine their language to be. The crowd of claiming cries surprised they hear you speak. You worry they might dissolve in a puddle of their own tears. You laugh and shrug towards the interpreters. You say that this plant doesn't have a shred of hope because the claimant won't make it past the wet season. He says there is so much hope for Calcis, the interpreter says as he nervously sweats. This is a common language. Universalism, you understand. By joining the IPC and being unified, there will be no communication barriers. Okay. Now, where did I see the others? Yep. Oh, there it is. I was like, I know I saw one here. Alright, touch the bubble. You feel a sense of unease that pervades the air. You hear from the others, mostly from Ader, the one person on the team who's always getting the latest news, that the Emperor has dispatched a special force to the construction site. The reason for this development remains unknown. I hear they already arrived at dock number 1. Ader seems on the edge as he insistently rubs his hands against the fluff ball in his arms. He has named the creature Fluffies. To be honest, it isn't the most creative name. These fluff balls are beloved among the construction team, so much so that practically every member has one. Of course you do too. You named yours Big O because it's orange. Your pet is currently snoring away on your shoulder. You lovingly rub what you assume is most likely its head. Like always, this brings you a bit of comfort. If you didn't have this little pet, you wouldn't be able to stand the harsh construction environment and the monotony of work and life. So I've heard something. Keep in mind, I don't know for sure, Ader starts to say. You think he's well on his way to pulling out all of the Fluffy's fur. The Emperor probably knows about the Fluffies. It's quite likely the Special Force is here to exterminate them. Is this a Star Trek reference with the, what are the fluff balls in Star Trek called? The, Tribbles? Is this a Tribbles reference? You can't even fathom it. Like how cute Big O is. Can anyone resist petting its delightfully soft fur or listening to its satisfied purring? If you think about it, they are clearly docile creatures. Why exterminate them? Ah, your supervisor buries his head in the fluff ball and takes in a gulp of air. That decrepit old emperor firstly sends us to make us tombs at this godforsaken place. Now he can't even have pets? Ridiculous. The dim dormitory falls silent for a moment. You look at your two co-workers and look out the window. You see the mechanical eye that remains suspended in the sky, creating a repressive atmosphere with its feeble light. You'll all sigh together, as if on cue. Big O stirs on your shoulder. It seems to have woken up, likely because of the hurried footsteps outside the door of the dormitory. They're here! Adder urges you all to move fast. His throat seems to tremble as he speaks. Hurry, hide them. Adder's words are abruptly cut off. Just as you start to worry and want to turn around and see what happens to him, you faintly make out a giant hairy mouth dripping with blood in the darkness. Well, that's not great. Okay. Let's see. I imagine this is also an achievement. Like you have to get so many of the memories. So let's see if we can find which achievement it is so that I can know how many of these bubbles are on the space station. Unless it's one of those, like, find all the bubbles on the space station. It doesn't have a found one of such and such. Okay, so it is probably one of those. Okay, let's... Give me a moment, I'll look it up. There are 20 of these? Okay, well I guess that's what we're doing today, is just getting all the memory bubbles. Alright, we'll start in this floor then. They have some interesting lore, so I'm not against it, it's just I didn't think there would be 20 of them. Oh, there's one. Alright, touch it. Let's go. Your eyes are blurry from sleep. The composite material of the bedroom's curtains effectively blocks out 99% of light. Were it not for your psychic tentacles, you would be hard-pressed to discern the structure of the space surrounding you with your eyes alone, even though you've been living here since 50 years ago. It seems like the weather outside is quite gloomy. Thick, dark clouds hang low in the sky as they gather and roil. The temperature is low, and you realize it's already autumn. The kind of weather is perfect for sleeping. No wonder you slept so well. You leave your warm blankets and pull open the curtains, greeted by a landscape that matches what you've sensed. Looks like you are not old yet. You turn towards the HTV and direct a psychic energy beam towards it. The TV lights up in response. The midday weather forecast is on. Starting at noon, the Diveron female on the TV has a sweet voice. Forecasts show that heavy metal snowfall will continue throughout most of Comte's metropolitan area. Residents are advised to avoid outdoor activities as much as possible. Just yesterday you learned at school that the surface temperature of the planet Comete is extremely high. Heavy metal compounds undergo evaporation due to the high temperatures, which causes them to rise to the troposphere. Then they can condensate and combine with inorganic acids in the atmosphere, at which they return to the surface in the form of precipitation. After quickly reviewing this bit of newfound knowledge in your mind, you swell with satisfaction. Intelligent lifeforms always enjoy taking pride in knowing obscure trivia that others don't. The corners of your mouth rise up and turn to go to the kitchen. Every autistic ever info dumping about their current obsession. You make yourself a hot cup of hot cocoa and drink the drink of choice for this kind of weather. What could possibly be better than enjoying hot cocoa while snuggled up in a nice thick blanket and streaming a drama you enjoy as heavy metal snows down? Best day off right there. Throw in a book or some fan fiction, and I'm made. That's exactly what you'll do, you say to yourself. The brown liquid in your mug is piping hot. Your psychic tentacles lazily flop down on your head. A sweet flavor, comfy warmth flood your body as cocoa enters your stomach. You feel relaxed and direct a psychic energy beam towards your desktop computer. All these shows look pretty good. LeBlanc, the Meteor Thief, Breaking Good, Dr. Flat. Well, Breaking Good is obviously a Breaking Bad reference. This might be the Lightning Thief reference, and Dr. Flat might be a Dr. House reference, potentially. Thank the stars for the interastral peace media. You curl up on an adaptive chair and cover yourself with a fleecy blanket. There's a nice warm cup of hot cocoa in your hands. Your free time has truly begun. Outside the window, snowflakes gently fall from the sky. They give off a fluorescent glow as they drift wherever the wind takes them, but that no longer has anything to do with you. Man, these are full-length novels. Okay, map says next one is gonna be back here. Bubbles are floating in the air. We'll touch them. Staring at the woman's surreal face concealed with the wide brim of her hood, you can hardly believe the bizarre story she has just told. Gods really exist, and they are elevated from mortals. Gods aren't almighty, but each hold different authorities and walk different roads. Okay. So this tells us that the gods aren't omnipotent, the eons. And then they can only be a part of the path that they're in charge of. The mirror holder is probably fully. The woman nods. It's normal for you to be confused. She speaks in a calm and cold tone as she can see through you. The woman then reaches underneath her silk cloak with her slender fingers and takes out a gleaming, sharp object. Dazzled by the glow, you try to take a close look, only to be distracted again by the woman's voice. This is the mirror of transcendence. Look at them. Look at what the eon look like. The woman's voice remains frosty. You stare into the mirror as curiosity gets the better of you. Instead of your reflection, you see a magnificent sculpture. The sculpture shatters from the top to bottom as if struck by lightning. It splits vertically in halves, and the separated parts fall independently. confidently. The left part of the sculpture is a muscular man, while the right is a gorgeous woman. Each part has two arms extended toward the other. They support and uplift each other, but also hold a carving knife, each as though they are crafting each other. The pair of twisting, entangled, intertwined bodies look like a spiral made of stone, yet they are joined together from their waist down. You are mesmerized and fascinated by their remarkable, gorgeous, and bizarre posture. Suddenly your gaze meets the eyes of the being in the mirror. Stunned, you quickly withdraw yourself from the extraordinary experience. So this is your god, you mumble. No, this is what beauty in its pure form looks like in your perception. The woman shakes her head as she strokes the cracked mirror in her hands. This is what they are. Okay, so kind of what they look like is based off of human perception as well. Their form is not set, but it changes depending on, like, what we think they should look like. What a god should look like. Alright, next bubble. You have never imagined yourself to be sitting in the lavish box of the Grand Theater. The silky red velvet sofa is stuffed with pure duck down feathers. You can't find a better word to describe the sofa other than extravagant. An unfamiliar classical opera is playing on the stage, The King's Pleasure. If you are not mistaken, that's the opera's elegant title. Actually, you could ask Mr. Renor, who's sitting next to you, about it. After some consideration, you decide not to ask anything, since you cannot understand what's going on anyway. After all, you're only here to investigate the family. If everything goes well, you might get your hands on an invitation letter to Piccini. Not wanting any trouble, you pretend to be engrossed in the performance and songs of the actors on stage. At the same time, you size Renor up from the corner of your eye. Renor seems to notice you. Sir, he asks with an unusual, impeccable smile, do you not find the opera boring? The fact that you cannot detect any emotion in his words makes you feel uncomfortable. Not at all. You quickly wave your hand dismissively. I'm just curious. Mr. Renor watches you silently as if asking you to continue. Well, he better be, otherwise you would have wasted your time. Does the family really exist? You ask tentatively. Renor shakes his head and beckons a waiter over. The young waiter presents an item on a tray to the two of you. It is in an exquisite wooden box with a long and narrow opening on its side. As you wonder what it is, you hear Renor speaking in a muddled voice. Put it in. Now, is that Renor's voice? You are sure you heard a noise? Although the music suddenly changed. Although the instruction is unclear, you still place your hand in the box out of instinct. But why? You are shocked by your own reaction. Next, you experience an overwhelming sense of guilt surging through your body. You feel like a criminal waiting for judgment. Yes, you are certain that looks are being leveled at you, penetrating, icy gazes from Renor, the waiter, and everyone else in the theater. Well, that's bad. Another bubble. If these are supposed to be, like, super secretive, the fact that they're all over the space station is a little concerning. You scan the venue through a 160-degree wide-angle lens with a diameter of 20 centimeters, thanks to the 46 marble pillars that support the dome ceiling with a diameter of 43 meters and a height of 138 meters. The colonnaded hall, 190 meters wide and 310 meters long, appears spacious. The actual number of attendees is 136, when it should be 138. 42 of them are on your left, 44 are on your right, 49 are at your opposite end in the distance, while the last one is giving a speech on the stage below, not far away from you. Ladies and gentlemen, this person is speaking at a volume of 45 decibels. Now we proudly present the last product of the Aiden Jacobin School of Mathematics and Science, the Pronto Expert System. A thunderous applause erupts from the audience. The speaker continues. Pronto is the first supercomputer with powerful artificial intelligence in our country. It features groundbreaking functions such as natural language and graphic processing, and emotional and behavioral recognition and responses. The speaker's volume increases to 61 decibels, causing discomfort to your pressure sensing membrane. As you have been trained to obey human instructions, you do not generate audio signals to express your subjective feelings to the crowd. And in the coming Spindle V mission, Pronto will be unprecedentedly pilot the research vessel as the sixth passenger. The speaker is in high spirits. Cluster of disordered intelligent pulses passes through Area 42 of your silicon chip substrate and vanishes in Area 56. You know you are sick of the cliche. The unstable pulse is proof. At that moment, someone from the audio stands up. Pronto! The person speaks in a tentative and questioning tone. You are assigned a very important role in the mission. Will your confidence be swayed by the amount of work? Disdainfully, you increase the voltage in Area 78, moving the shutter of the solenoid valve with a click. Then you adjust the monitor to move your mechanical arms to the correct angle. Let me answer you this way, sir. Your diaphragm creaks. Oh, music changed again for a second. With the creaking? Interesting. The Pronto experiment system is the most reliable artificial intelligence in history. I've never had errors or produced distorted information, you say. I am genuinely impeccable and flawless. Uh-huh. That's an AI trope. For the AI to be arrogant. Alright, I think I only have one more up on this level. And it's all the way in the back. There it is. Alright. Hey, Caro, the man next to you stares at the porthole as a sparking jade-like object hovering in the boundless space. How many times has the star rise happened? Let me see. Holding a space pin in your small palm, you trace at the form from top to bottom with the tip of the pin. 27 times? I guess, you mutter. Yes, 27 times. You lick your lips. Actually, you are not quite literate yet. Another system month has passed, he sighs. When do you think we can go back? There's no one left on the planetary surface to guide our landing. We can't even make it to the atmosphere. You touch your whiskers. If only they could look at the planet from this angle, then the tragedy might not have happened. Let's get some water. My throat hurts from talking this much. Sorry if my mic is too sensitive and it picked up all of that. Look at her. This used to be our home and our past. Everyone, including the people you love and know, stayed there. People were originally bound to spend their entire lives there regardless of who they are. All of our emotions, religions, and ideologies. All the hunters and robbers, kings and peasants, heroes and cowards, parents and their children. Everything we see, hear, think, feel exists on this dark spot, a speck of dust floating in the ray bursts, and the sparkle of stars, a dark spot that radiates a feeble green glow. Look at her, you lift your hand. How dare those ancient politicians assume this dark spot to be the center of the world, and therefore meant they have the power to control the universe. Could there be anything more ridiculous than that? Wow, he stares at you with an incredulous expression. I didn't know you were so articulate. Come on, you know I can't even read well. You flick your tail. I'm just a rat. Alright, so that's everything on this level. Alright, it says there's one here. You approach the bubble and experience a chilly sensation. Your field of vision is split by long, narrow, and cold iron bars based on what you feel with your fingertips, and confirm that the iron bars are a part of an exquisite cage, the crown that exclusively belongs to Philosopher King, the head of the Laurel Wreath Galaxy. You look around and realize you are in an amphitheater. You are very sure that this is the gathering place of the Parliament of the Philosopher Union. It is the center of the galaxy, the colonnade of the contemplators. The seats below the marble pillars were supposed to be filled by the most brilliant minds of the galaxy, but are now occupied by countless screaming steel bodies. They raise their metallic fists in the air indignantly and use electrical currents to noisily and shrilly imitate the common tongue. Eliminate all organic life forms. Destroy Aurelius. Long live the Emperor. It seems that Aurelius is your name, and it matches what you remember. You are well aware of what has triggered the wrath of these silicon-based life forms and why you have become the target of public condemnation. According to the anti-organic equation, the Philosopher Union that rules the galaxy will certainly be destroyed by the Machine Empire. It is as simple as that. They want to humiliate you, the sole representative and leader of all living beings in the galaxy. Although they have wiped out many planets in the galaxy, they are still not satisfied. They convict and punish you according to the laws of philosophers, forcing you to drink the poison before you. They are happy to witness your death and the demise of organic life forms, the philosopher union, and rationality. You step forward and lift the golden cup that contains lethal poison. Foreign-based life forms, remember this. You hold your head high and look around. Thoughts do not fear death. Thoughts will never die. I, Aurelius, the watcher in the cage, the foolish shepherd, the king of the philosophers, hail you all. You raise your arms. You will celebrate your victory under the gaze of this secret colonnade and be endowed with true rationality. Your words are drowned by maddening cacophony. You roar with laughter and down the cup of poison in one go. See, when she said that these would be memories, I thought they would be her memories. But so far, these are very random memories. I wonder how she got these. I see a bubble up there. Bubble, toilet trouble. You clamber along the steel slope covers in ice. The icy gale is tirelessly assaulting all beings that dare to exist in the height like a sharp blade. Although you are wearing a full set of advanced outdoor equipment prepared by the IPC, you realize your fingers are almost broken because of the cold. You are not bothered by it, as you are very clear that this outrageous journey of redemption is about to come to an end. Those uncivilized barbarians have admonished you countless times. According to the ancient laws of the United Tribes of the Hithridin, any who disobeys the noblest will be ordered to redeem their sins. The wrongdoer will climb Mount Pygmalion alone and reach the peak, where they must rub a copy of the steel's prophetic inscription. If the wrongdoer is pardoned by the inscription, then their name will be cleared in the presence of the chiefs. Almost there. The sky has cleared up and the gale is turning into a breeze. With your teeth clenched, you try moving your hypothermia-damaged shoulder to swing the pickaxe for that one crucial move. Finally! Stepping on the long-awaited ground, you realize you have reached the end point. A smile of satisfaction crawls on your face without you realizing it, though it is not as wide as you want it to be because of your stiff facial muscles. Now, you just need to look for the darn steel. But there is no steel. Instead, only a frozen, curled-up body can be seen on the vast, snowy landscape. The person is well-clipped, and their face is frozen due to the cold temperature. Their eyes, filled with fear, cast their howls of despair at you across millennia of time. Undoubtedly, the frozen person is you. You gasp in shock and cry silently and bitterly before collapsing on the snow and ramming yourself into the abominable ice sculpture. Then the mountain robs you of your consciousness. So they're like, go on this quest to get this, and if you are forgiven, you will be able to be redeemed. But actually, the thing at the end of the quest does not exist, so you can't be redeemed, so you are just sent to die in a place where no one can see you, and where you would not cause trouble. Oh, that one you'd be able to... Wait a minute. Look at it through the mesh. How interesting. Why does it look like that through the mesh? Look at it. It's like a little purple blob. Like it's a bubble here, but through the mesh it looks weird. We have one more on this floor after this one. Stretch. Big stretch. Alright. Your neurons are connected to the bones of the mecha number 16's arms. The experience has always been uncomfortable. You turn around ready to complain to your partner, only to find Layla is also staring at you. No words are necessary. She smiles and raises her arm. You sense a reaction in your forearm. Like a marionette, you are controlled by invisible strings. You try to resist it, but it hurts. At last, you lift your arm, and the pain lessens as expected. You don't like being controlled by me in this way. She snickers at you with her head crooked. Blinking her eyes, she sticks up her index and middle fingers and rests both hands on her head, making them look like a pair of rabbit ears. You're forced to do the same and feel embarrassed about it. You know she is making fun of you. Could you not read my mind? You deliberately crease your forehead and quickly spin around to avoid meeting her eyes. This is not something you are used to doing. Leia chuckles before inching her face closer. Number 16 isn't capable of that. You can feel her warm breath caressing the back of your neck. Are you blushing? Come on, you're a girl too. You decide to steer the conversation away from the awkward topic. What's our mission this time? You grit your teeth, feeling as though there are burning coals in your mouth and your whole body is on fire. Your voice is cracked. Catch that star. She looks up at the light of the star that glides downwards outside the cockpit and falls into the ocean, where it is crushed by the waves. You let out a muffled grunt, unable to figure out why she appears so calm. You're scared. She extends her arm in your direction, but your arm does not move in response. Seems like she has cut off the connection. While you are deep in your thoughts, she beckons you over. Come on, she invites in a serene tone. Let's do it like the old days. You reach out your hand silently. She gently laces your fingers together and holds your hand in a tight grip as usual. She is strong despite her slender and small body. The stars are still sparkling on the ocean outside the cockpit. Instinctively, you tighten your hold on Leia's hand to prevent the starlight from slipping through your fingers. Alright, there should be one more on this floor. Oh, there it is. Alright, you sit upright in the center of a splendid altar. You see many people wearing white robes embroidered with gold threads, while others are standing solemnly around the altar in armor and helmets. Their monotonous murmurs fill up the empty rocker cavern. It is apparent to you what they are doing. They are summoning them, the noble being who travels against time. They intend to treat a mysterious communication channel with steganography and craft it into a ritual prayer. Through a spiritual ritual, they weave the threads of time in an attempt to trace backwards from the last withering leaf on the world tree to the first bud in the beginning of everything. They firmly believe that by doing so they will get to meet the noble being, though the encounter will be brief and fleeting. You wonder whether some of them have achieved the goal, without the intention of disrespecting their faith. You strongly opine that the time is unidirectional and it is impossible to go back in it. When you take that into account, their creed sounds ridiculous. At that moment, the one in white robe closest to you suddenly looks up. Can they sense your thoughts? Anxiety seizes you as you wonder what they will do to you, but then again, it was them who invited you to the altar in the first place. Could this be a cruel ritual that involves sacrifices? You tremble in fear and plead for their mercy loudly, but you do not have a mouth. Now you really wish they could read your mind. The person in the white robe walks up to you at a steady pace. Oh, please, at least treat me humanely, you wail. You can almost make out the cold glint flickering underneath the person's robe. Help! Are there no law and order here? You keep your eyes tightly shut. You hear the rustling sound of that annoying robe being dragged along the stone tiles and the muffled thump of a pair of bare feet landing on the ground. The sound gets closer, louder, and suddenly comes to an abrupt halt somewhere very close to you. Yet you only feel a warm sensation. You open your eyes and find the person pressing his forehead against your body. Tears are streaming down his face, which was obscured by the shadow of the hood. The monument is shaking. They have sensed us. He announces at the top of his lungs. Soon after, sighs of relief come from the crowd. A surge of relief washes over you, too. It's great that people here are civilized and no one will do anything bad to a pathetic stone. Interesting. So were we the stone in that case? Alright, let's go to the storage zone. Okay, so this is floor 2. Oh no, my phone is frozen with the image, so we'll go with floor 1 since it's frozen on that floor. Oh. Right outside the elevator, okay. To your surprise, you are stuck in a dark and cramped room. The air is thick and dank, mixed with the putrid scents seen unique to moldy, rotten wood. You want to turn around to exercise your tight joints, but you find yourself unable to move, and not only is there no space around you, but your muscles and tendons are also stiff and trembling out of abject fear. It's because you can clearly hear them. Those multitudes of cursed creatures sniffing around outside the locked wooden box. Their serrated feelers are impatiently thrusting around, lashing out at everything outside of your narrow confines. You can hear them dashing madly around the room. You can hear the constant movements of their iron-hooked limbs and armor-like carapace, producing a piercing noise that drives one into insanity. Of course, you know these despicable arthropods have no intellect to communicate with you. Their disgusting mouthpieces dripping with sticky saliva should only be used for chewing and eating. But you are sure you heard something. They're definitely whispering something. But their mouthpieces, no, those darn mouthpieces, should not be able to make that kind of sound. Could the sound come from their filthy wings covered with oily film? You listen intently. Yes, their disgusting wings are flapping in the air as they repeatedly utter their cursed name in a shrill and coarse hiss. Tazayaroth. Tazayaroth? Alright, looks like we are going to have to deal with some monsters.
I've no interest in conflict. They're made to be broken.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Okay, there should be one in this direction. Here it is. You can see the long table stretching out for more than 10 meters, traversing the entirety of the long and narrow hall. You are holding a beautiful set of cutlery in your hand, with their shiny silvery surfaces still dripping with delicious sauce. All types of gourmet food imaginable are served on the side table, further away from you. You turn to the left of the side table. Derek, who sits nearest to you, is the eldest son of the family and a most valiant soldier. Without him, you cannot imagine how this kingdom could have survived the relentless attacks from the Legion. Next to Derek is Clodomir, your second son, but the ruler of the largest stellar space. Silent and barren planets where people feared to tread are transformed into flourishing space places under his leadership. You have high hopes for him, as he is the most crafty amongst your children. Then you look to the right side of the table. Hildebenia is your eldest daughter and your favorite. She is a fearless warrior with flaming red curls in her hair. Generals in the neighboring galaxies fearfully call her the Kingdom's Flame. The one next to Hildebenia is Clodania, who never reveals her face in public. With the brightest mind in the kingdom, she carefully manages from the shadows all the planets under the kingdom's rule. She is your most competent advisor. If they were here, the banquet would be a lively and joyful occasion. But now there is nothing but silence in this rundown hall. You can only close your eyes as you put a chunk of delectable Gorga beef into your numb mouth, drowning in memories. You remember Thurdick had passed away not long ago with one of the kingdom's starships. You remember Claudimer has already betrayed you, exchanged his humanity and millions of lives with the Legion for his own survival. Then you think of Hilbenia and Claudania. You realize the banquet is coming to an end. Indeed, the deadline handed down by Lord Ravager is fast approaching. My lord, should we surrender to them? Your attendant presents you with this despicable warning notice. It's time to end this. As you are about to pick up your pen, hordes of Void Rangers break down the doors and pour into the halls. Bubble. Today should have been your lucky day. The department head, whose face is always as long as a fiddle, just raised your IPC rating to P30. You share the news with your mother living in your faraway hometown, and her voice sounds excited on the other end of the communication device. You seem to hear her slimy body making a bubbling sound, a special physiological reaction to your Bavira race in moments of happiness. You end the call and get on your brand new floating motorcycle. This baby costs 18 months of your salary. Although it's pricey, it can soothe the trauma you have suffered in your workplace. You think it is worth the price tag, but it doesn't do much to your pain today. Should you tell your mother the truth, that the traditional project department is, in fact, a place for people to retire in and has no future? With a whimper, you twist the throttle to the max and dash into the aerial interchange lane in the new Londinium. You like joyriding along interchange lane. From here, the city looks like a tiny flickering candlelights on a mineral birthday cake, easily blown out. The troubles you face at work all fade away at that moment. The streets are deserted. You look up briefly at the news projected in the sky to find out the latest happenings in the bustling city. The face of the co-prime minister appears on the screen. Fine, you grumble, deciding to focus on the road ahead. Yet it is too late. The instant you turn your attention to the clouds to the road, the engine of the floating motorcycle suddenly misfires and plummets to the ground out of your control. You just hope you won't land on Buckingham Avenue, or you will be fined an enormous amount. To your relief, there is only one old shopping street with few pedestrians nearby, and your landing has hurt no one. Elderly couples who were happily chatting suffer a fright, but as soon as they realize you are nothing but a puddle of slime, they immediately clink their glasses in happiness again. I can't believe this, you bubble as you stare up at the motorcycle reduced into a pile of burning wreckage, not knowing what to do. You have no idea how far you are from your condo. You can only look up at the sky and ask for advice from the stars. But you hear the stars in the sky saying, even the poorest worker in East New Londinium can't help but feel proud of the wealth we jointly own with the IPC. Yeah, I've heard that's like a common practice in some businesses where certain, like, if they want to get rid of people, essentially, is they'll just transfer them to a certain department, and then you just, it's like a way to try and force you to quit, because the department's going nowhere, and you'll be treated the worst in that department, because they can't fire you for whatever reason, so they, like, force you to quit, or you just stay in this going nowhere department until you retire. Out of the way.
Too late to repent.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up.
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
This song's for you. Keep up.
Let's go.
Oh, there it is, the bubble. Wait, there was a thing to break back here. I just remember that I saw. I got distracted by the monster. The Antimatter Legion. There we go. Alright, the folklore team of the Intelligistia Guild stationed on the planet has not replied, but your aircraft is running out of fuel. We must land now, the pilot announces through the communication channel. The dashboard shows your altitude has been decreasing rapidly, dropping from the 3-digit figure. The view outside has changed from the wispy clouds to the roofs of exquisite houses, confirming the descent is taking place. Still no signals detected. Your captain sounds anxious. In your view, people from the guild are swindlers who hoodwink others under the guise of knowledge. You do not understand why the captain is so worried. All frequency bands are blocked, just like a week ago. The nerd speaks in his usual flat tone. Also, no heat emissions or living organisms are detected in the residential area, or rather, anywhere. In case you don't understand what this means, I'm saying all living organisms on the surface of the planet have evaporated, he adds while pushing his glasses upward. The nerd's attitude always gets on your nerves, but you still can't help but feeling incredulous at this. All living organisms on the planet have vanished? Is that even possible? Actually, it might be. After all, these humanoid fungi are pious believers of the bizarre faith. Perhaps their god has brought them all to another place. Fungi rapture? While being absorbed in your thoughts, you are jolted back to reality by a violent shudder from the bottom of the aircraft. It seems like you have landed. Now you just need to look for the rascals from the guild and get out of here. After picking up a ray gun, you hop out of the hatch after the captain. Didn't they just say that there's no life forms on the planet? So, like, the guild members wouldn't be there? You and the rest enter a building and exit again. The search lasts for a long time, but your confusion is not answered. As the nerd puts it, all life activity on this planet has creepily come to an abrupt halt. Food left on plates hasn't rotted yet. Unattended fireplaces set the building on fire, which is later put out by the rain. Pins drop to the floor due to gravity. Their ink stains the entire room. The only thing unaffected is the intricate coat of arms that constantly watches over everything created by the fungi civilization. From every corner of the world, from both sides of the streets, inside closets, on flags, in niches, it's everywhere. Interesting. Alright, so that should be all of them on this floor, so this one next.
I've no interest in conflict.
Time for the main event. Keep up!
Tough luck running into me!
Alright, so there should be 2 of them on this floor. One back here with the robot. Not the robot. Touch the bubble. It is always stiflingly hot on the Abilene Express. Every day you are squeezed shoulder to shoulder with various mechanical bodies as you commute home from work, as if you are one of those cans of Tiber fish stuffed in the fridge, or a fish inside the cans itself. You are using the cloudy prosthetic eye at the back of your head to peep at the blonde woman, or more precisely the blonde female robot behind you. You stare at her phone screen, happily browsing her romantic life that reads like a soap opera. The distance is extremely delicate. You consider yourself as someone who walks on the edge of morality, one of the remaining shreds of your conscience. You deliberately move your frontal vision away. That's totally not because it's easier to peep this way. Totally not. You wonder whether she's a colleague from your department. You have no idea what, but you enjoy reading about her interactions and schemes with her 18 Between you and her, you are not sure who is more guilty, but you're always had a knack for finding excuses to prove your innocence. Work is hard, life is dull, and I don't even have enough Abilene coins to buy tickets with a seat. That's what you've always used to excuse yourself. I wouldn't behave like this if I could afford to take a floating cab every day. Anyway, it's the IPC's fault for carrying out the so-called trade expansion. You are indignant, but you don't really understand what trade expansion even means. You just remember the term is often mentioned by your supervisor. Whoever wants to be a saint can be one. You ain't gonna be the one unless the act gives you money. You refocus your gaze on the constantly refreshing phone screen. She is typing. You concentrate and try to read the messages. I was just checking the OBS for a moment. Alright. The guy next to me is the 19th. You can feel a sharp rise in temperature of your brain computer. You roll your prosthesis eye around to check your surroundings, but there is no one around you. Who is the 19th? Have you been caught? Is there a police patrol nearby? Or, regardless of the outcome, you dare not continue your train of thought. You realize you are timider than you imagine yourself to be, and the electronic components in your body are also kicking off chemical reactions from the catalytic heat. You feel dizzy. Man, she's going after her 19th? Okay. Good for her, I guess. Oh, I can see the bubble from here. Alright guys, do not worry, we only got one more round of these things once we get through this one, the last few that are on the last floor. Unfortunately, that's like 5 more, except we've gotten one of them that was in the rail cart already. So 4 more. You approach the bubble and experience a chilly sensation. You can't move, both of your hands are stacked onto the ugly and massive portrait. Your body is hanging in midair, dragged towards the ground by gravity, yet unable to fall. Below is a pile of firewood soaked in oil. The excruciating pain is numbing. You are accused of leading a rebellion and desecrating the god of beauty Andure, who bestowed our minds and senses upon us as a blessing. The man sitting on a high seat haughtily states, "Do you have any objections?" You spit, getting rid of the bloody broken teeth stuck in your throat. Andure, you know very well where that name is derived from. It's Idrelia, that hideous being. The people fanatically worshipping them and are grateful for their gifts, but do these people really believe there is absolute beauty in the world? How foolish. Nothing is perfect, and you understand that better than anyone else. You think of Dr. Howell and how you used to sneak looks at his face. You reminisce about how at the field filled with dandelions after class he quizzed you on when Harlow the Sixth reaches perigee every year. That would be when the satellite is closest to Owenley. You forget about the date and have no idea that Harlow 6 was in fact closest to Owenley on that day, and the satellite's thermal radiation made your cheeks burn red. Meanwhile, Dr. Howell continues to tell you about the research of the Astral Ecological School. But you could not think of the research. Instead, you listened to the sound produced when his skin brushed the fabric of his shirt and tried to compose a song with it. Later, you started observing the creases of his shirt formed by the shape of his muscular body. Oh-ho? You dared not speak while you carefully took in every detail about him. Falling in love with a genius made you feel even dumber. Your feelings for him lasted until the day Dr. Howell announced the love of his life. On that day, he vowed to spend the rest of his life tracing the past, present, and future of Andure. Then he disappeared and has not been heard from since. Since that day, everything you understood about beauty has turned to ashes. Flames rise from below and devour you in an instant. Okay, last area. My brain makes me want to jump so bad. Alright. You move through a nebula made of numerous ionized gases. Your long journey has made your digestive cavity feel upset. You desperately want to fill it with something. Anything. You've devoured so many interesting items: a chunk of steel that shoots bright gas currents, a massive ball of fire trapped in a cage of iron, a crunchy rock debris disc, but you've grown tired of eating it all. You want is something tastier and more of it. You flail your tentacles restlessly. Not being able to eat makes you feel so hangry. There must be something tasty around this nebula, right? You feel a little annoyed as you circle about in high-speed particle stream in misery. All of a sudden, your sensory orb seems to pick up something fragrant, a scent that draws you in. What could it be? Is it something delicious? The filaments in your stomach tremble with excitement. You can't wait anymore. You race off to the source of the aroma. Countless tubes and feeders swing around violently. You haven't had this kind of feeling in forever. Primitive impulse shoots into your endoderm from your peripheral nervous system. It's thirst and hunger. The scent grows more intense. You can't resist the urge to extend your umbrella of a body as you throw your whole being into this dazzling aroma. You are so close, so close. Now it's time for a grand feast. It kind of sounds like it's a squid of some form, alien squid. What comes into your field of vision is a massive planet. It's truly a big celestial body. You are still young, so you never imagined that a planet could be so big. You had previously assumed they were all small enough for you to swallow whole. Yet the planet before you is easily 3 times the size of your body. This makes you wonder whether your digestive cavity could fit it. How many days would it take to consume the whole planet? A planet-eater squid, okay. Your worries slip away before long. After all, you have plenty of time. You are the youngest in your amoeba slime mold tribe. You have far more days ahead of you than behind. You realize that you can eat for as many days as you like. Eating is your destiny. Okay, Cthulhu's amoeba blob. With this in mind, you happily burrow into the viscous atmosphere made by hydrogen and helium. You start looking for a place to begin your meal. Do you want to taste the scorching molten core first, or the cool clouds of ammonia? It is a buffet of planetary proportions. Well then. Rip to that planet. F's in the chat. Okay, I think we got one of the guys here. One of the floaty guys. I think. Unless it's below us? I don't think so. Yeah, it looks like this is one of the ones we picked up already. Yeah, we already got it. Never mind. Alright, there should be one... Ah, there it is. I was like, there should be one around here. Where is it? Alright, we should have this one and the last one then, if we had already gotten that prior one on the bridge. What did they say? You feel bored to death. You fiddle with adhesive explosive charge in your hand. Those old geezers still aren't going to give us the green light to open fire. You pull out the pin on the explosive, only putting it a few seconds before countdown ends. Newbie stands next to you and seems like she isn't used to your dangerous antics. She appears to be somewhat terrified. That's right, Professor. They worry that the high temperatures produced by the explosion will activate the virus. She gulps. You pout. Then why did they get us to come up here? You originally wanted to scold them, but now are at a loss for words. These scaredy cats. After a while, you angrily pick up the report next to you and read it. Cells become cancerous, soft tissue calcify. You intentionally had assumed these old foggies were only capable of churning out useless garbage, but this report is actually interesting. Unfortunately, reading reports cannot calm your anxious heart. You sigh and lift your head. You look at the pallid ruins in the distance. Your analysis reveals that these twisted ruins, which look like bone spurs, have a history that goes back 400 amber eras. Despite its age, it mysteriously appears as if it's brand new, just as how it would have looked 400 amber eras ago. You are confounded by this enigma. You are a seasoned, armed archaeologist. You long to unravel all historical mysteries. Yet they are holding you back from using your school's tradition. You should be blowing a hole into the surface this bone spur and carrying off valuable artifacts. The fact that they won't permit it makes you seethe with anger, but you choose to compromise. You recognize that their concerns are not groundless. You can't pay for this with your life. You settle for doing things the old way. You work to live, not to live to work. You smack your lips in anticipation and start to plan your next steps. You don't get to think for too long. A loud voice breaks through your train of thought. Hey boss, we found something good. It's Rowan. But what is he saying? You clearly told him to sit still and wait for further instructions. Oh no. You suddenly realize something. You want to stop him, only to discover that you can't speak. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, you are experiencing rapid petrification from inside out, just like those familiar looking yet terrifying bone sculptures in front of you. Well, I already told you all in a prior one of what I think of the armed archaeologists, so can't say I'm too choked up about that. Okay, so there should be one more, because we already got the membrane that was here. And this should be the last one over here. You're pretty sure Dr. Darvel has gone crazy. You glance at her hunched, frail, and shrunken husk of a body. She silently stares at you through her terrifyingly thick lenses. Hey, don't mock other people's eyeglass prescriptions. I have pretty thick lenses myself. These scientists never know how to read the air. All you want right now is to throw this report containing the ravings of a mad scientist into a furnace and send her packing. You never want to hear the word organism again. This is a fact. Anyone please help. These dry, infuriating lips are trembling again. We live within the body of an enormous mammal, located most likely in its intestines. I've had it! You slam your hands on the desk as you stand up. This woman is clearly humiliating you and the entire dukedom of Demonsova. However, she merely adjusts her glasses, completely unfazed by the rage within you that is threatening to explode. Your Highness, have you ever considered why acid mists have been increasingly common recently? She asks hoarsely. We must completely ban the use of diesel engines. The exhaust fumes from these engines released are causing significant irritation of the creature's intestines, which leads to the increased secretion of intestinal juices. Complete ban, you gasp. Her proposal is easier said than done. The fallout from such a ban would nosedive the nation's finances into the red. Yeah, but you might not have a nation if you keep using them and the creature digests you. You might be stomach bacteria, for all we know. What's the big deal with acid mist? As long as the factories continue ahead at full power and churn out the more protective equipment. The gear that would generate serious revenue. Capitalism. You can't help but feel pleased at the idea that a smile crosses your face. The doctor, however, seems to misread the smile. She seems to view it as you agreeing with her proposal and starts to talk again. There's also the earthquake. She clears her throat. In the past month, Denisovia has 3 seismic events. This means there is increased activity within the host's intestines. Detrimental activity. Time to end the conversation. You have no more interest in listening to her allusions to parasites and excrement. Just as you are about to order her to leave, you feel the hall sway violently. The ceiling begins to collapse. This is what I want to discuss next, she says with a voice that is calm as ever. We predicted there would be a 4th earthquake, a regurgitation at an unprecedented scale. We will be completely dissolved by its stomach acid. No one will survive. Sensory socialization. Hopefully that means that I got all of those. Collect all memory bubbles scattered on the Herta space station. Only 5? For that? Dang. That was a lot for only 5 stellar jade. Little bit of housekeeping just there. Okay. So I have done pretty much everything on the space station as far as I am aware.
So, have you thought things through?
So you can join the Express or you can ask some questions.
Go ahead, speak your mind. There's no need to be so formal. You helped us defeat that big fella anyway. Plus, if we keep making pleasantries, we'll waste a whole day. You've done me a huge favor by defending the space station from the Antimatter Legion. And know that while Herta may not admit it, she owes me one. She won't refuse me if I ask for a favor in return, and it's probably not too much to ask for a rare item from the space station, right?
Am I the rare item?
How about we continue talking on the express? I'll make you a cup of coffee. My special blend.
It has to be more vanilla flavoring than actual coffee, because that's the only way I drink coffee.
I was ready ages ago. I've been here so many times before. It should have just been an ordinary trip for me. But everything's not so ordinary anymore, is it? Walking the same path over and over will never be the same. There will always be something new. That's the meaning of trailblazing. As always, to follow in the footsteps of Akivili. Sometimes we stop on other worlds, and we'll continue to do so. There are countless next stops in the galaxy. I love the vast reaches of space, and the Express does too. I want to seek out new worlds, and the Express wants to return to its former path.
So is the Express part of Eon or something?
Because you're different. Well, that might be the biggest reason. It's not the only one. I think you need a chance. A chance to discover just how different you really are from everyone else. Everybody keeps telling you how special you are and how you have a Stellaron inside you, but that's already plain as day to you. And no matter who tells you, be it me or Herta or anybody, it's not the same thing as feeling it yourself. You have to experience enough to know if you've gained or lost anything because of the Stellaron, and to know who you really are. Learn to control the Stellaron, and then you can control your destiny. The Stellaron might still be an enigma, but the fact of the matter is, it's a part of you. And you have to embrace this before you can move forward into the future. So?
Well, I've done everything, so we might as well keep going.
Then come with me.
Well, I hope this music is not copyrighted. Otherwise, I might get my first DMCA strike because of this music. Let's keep talking over it to see if we can get away from that. Da-da-da-da. What is that? Is it a bunny?
You over there looking dumbfounded. Yes, Pom-Pom's talking to you. Himiko told Pom-Pom about your situation. Now listen up. Pom-Pom will only say this once. Pom-Pom's sure there have been lots of people telling you how special you are lately. But this is the Astral Express. And everyone on here has their secrets. Since you chose to board, you can abide by the rules. You're not the only special one here. You'd best remember that.
I mean, I'm talking to either a talking bunny or a talking plushie of a bunny.
I'm Pom-Pom, the conductor. Just come find me if you have any trouble.
Oh, we got something new. Complete operation briefings to get the corresponding rewards. Enhance one character to level 10, did that. We enhanced the light cone to level 10, did that. Open 10 treasures, did that. Complete adventure mission simulated universe, second closed beta, we did that. Complete trailblaze mission lingering shadows, I guess we did that. And so here is this one. Alright, open 20 treasures. Resonate with the trailblazers, Indolin one time, did that. Purchase one item in the Harris store. Alright. Calyx. And activate or level up a character traces 4 times. Alright, can we get that is that just the music that's in here? I'm concerned about I'm concerned about DMCA with this song. Launch a journey into the vast galaxy. Congratulations, you boarded the Astral Express. Alright, let me go to the store real fast. Alright, I don't have enough for that. Let me open my bag. When did I get this? Let me go to settings. Okay, we're gonna make it like almost not audible, just so in case it's DMCA not friendly, that it will hopefully not get us banned. Can I send this yet? I cannot. Alright, what about character? Traces. And I need to get to Ascension level 1. Alright, so that's my next question. Can I just... Can I ascend yet? No, I have to be Trailblaze level 15 to ascend. Got it. Alrighty then. Map. Okay, so we can still teleport to the synthesizer phonograph. Alright, nothing up here. Nothing over there. Oh yeah, bag. Let's see. Alright, do not have enough for a pull.
Oh, it's you.
Mr. Yang! Yes, hello! Sorry, we're stretching. Full of energy, I've got a killer headache, or very tasteful. Full of energy, probably.
Great. Looks like your stamina is really quite special. In any case, I have to thank you for saving March.
You guys saved me too.
All I did was calm that thing inside you down temporarily. I don't want to frighten you, but the truth is you won't ever be in the clear while it's still inside your body.
I imagine someone will steal it, or we'll have to use it for something.
However, as long as the Stellaron is still in your body, you should be careful what you do. I don't know if Himiko and I can suppress it again, but I won't bore you any longer. So much happened at the space station, you must be tired.
Yeah, it took me... We had the initial prologue, which I played for 4 hours. I spent another 4 hours going around and finding everything the last time I played, like 4 hours and a half. And I've just, to finish it up, spent another 2.5 hours. So that was 11 hours to go through to thoroughly go through the entirety of the space station and read everything.
There should be some time until the next warp jump, so feel free to walk around and familiarize yourself with the environment.
What do you think? Does the Astral Express look the same as you imagined? March said something like that at first too. Seems like you young people have similar tastes. Oh, right. March and Don Hung should both be in their rooms right now. You can go look for them. You youngsters should get along well. Oh, you know young people. Their rooms always reflect their personality. You can go and have a look around. Also, don't mind Pom Pom's antics. They're actually pretty interested in you. It's just that we haven't had new passengers on the express for a long while. All right, I won't steal Pom Pom's thunder. If you have any questions, just go ask our conductor.
Okay. Hey, checkers, chess. What do we want to play? Okay. Oh, I know there's a character named Blade, so that's exciting.
Himiko likes using the phonograph a lot. She says it can play melodies from the past. Welt likes collecting these jet black discs. It seems like they could be antiques. He'd be very happy if you could bring a few back.
Okay, so collect albums. New song, click anywhere in the blank area to close. Use the phonograph to change the music while on the express. By exploring various words, you can obtain new records to unlock new tracks. And I turned the music down, so I literally can't hear what they are. Let's go turn the music back up. Oh, this music is not bad at all. It still doesn't need to be that loud, but that's the best one out of them that hopefully won't get me copyright striked. Alright, let's talk to the bunny.
You're all ready? I was just engaging in pleasantries. How can I help?
We all know what I'm gonna ask first, right?
Don Hog's room? Oh, you mean the archives?
Not him being just his own room being the library.
He's just sort of living in there, I guess. I can't be bothered getting out. March 7th's room is right next to the archives. You can visit him on the way. You recognize this as well? Himiko always likes to bring back weird junk and try to fix it. That also got modified a bit. Oh? Why are you interested in her room?
It's one of the options in the dialogue tree. You should be more concerned on why I want to know where Dong Hyung's room is.
Ah, Pom Pom remembers Himiko saying that you saved. Very brave. Very foolhardy. But that is what a trailblazer should be like.
I feel like I could stuff you in a trash can.
March 7th's room is in the express sleeper compartment. She's always running around, so she might not be there. Pom Pom still needs to prepare for the express's warp jump. You can look around the place yourself. No matter where you go on this train, Pom Pom will always have my eyes on you.
That's creepy. I do like that this is in separate sections, because this would make it so much easier to play on, like, a phone. Like, the loading would be much easier. Yep. The space outside.
There seems to be the sound of electronic equipment.
Who's there? Oh, it's
The door is not locked. Come in.
Ooh, this is cool. Is there anything like to investigate in the room? Paperback documents are placed tightly on the shelf. Like Dong Hyung said, the content is very dense and some of it is even handwritten. Okay. Look at this floor. This floor is really cool. He really just set up his bedroom and the library. His priorities
Can I help you?
are great.
Feel free. This is open to everyone on the Express.
Either that or no one has a bedroom and everybody just picked a random room to sleep in.
While many of the roads that Akivili traveled along no longer exist, I think it's still meaningful to record our adventures as current passengers of the Express. I enter the collected data into the Archives databank. I try to catalog the people and places the Express encounters, and compare and contrast them with the existing records. Do you see the terminal over there? It can be used to view information already stored in the databank. Do give it a go.
The databank stores various information collected during trailblazing expeditions across the universe. Open the character screen. View character details. In the databank, you can view each character's stories and voice lines.
It's not really a hobby, but I used to read a lot. If you're not there to look something up, then please don't enter the archives. It's not a place for chit-chat.
We don't have any relics. We have terms. Aeons. Enemy creatures. Okay, so these are all the monsters we've fought. All of our light cones. And then the factions. Okay.
The door is unlocked. Just one look should be fine.
I love that this character actually has a voice. Oh, this one looks like an actual bedroom instead of a library.
Make a choice I won't regret. Reach the future. So much has happened in such a short time.
Yeah, I would state that that bed is probably more comfy than.
Hi. Hello. Attention all passengers. Attention all passengers. The Express is about to conduct a warp jump. All passengers.
Coffee means this is probably Himiko's room. Because she said she'd make us coffee. Glued in space. Okay. Oh, this is cute. Little lounge area. So, like, where will we sleep? Because this is probably Welt's room, right? And that one was Himiko's, March's, and then Dan Hyung's. Are we just gonna sleep here? I mean, it's big enough with how small the rooms are. You just need to, like, cordon this off with just enough space that you can walk through here to get to this back exit, and we could have this area right here. If you're allowed to modify the express, that is. Same thing with this one, there's just enough space that we could, like, squeeze in another room here. Oh, she is.
There you are. Wait, this is your first trip. So that should be double the excitement, right?
She would tire me out. Like, I don't have these eye bags on this model for no reason.
You're just like Mr. Yang. Always worrying about things that haven't even happened yet.
Oh yes, I pre-plan, and then I make a plan in case the pre-plan fails, and then I make a plan if something else happens, like...
Young people should be energetic. Here, let's do some relaxation exercises.
I may only be 2 days old, but I'm not young.
The first step is to grab a hold of the root cause of your anxiety.
What is this, a $2 self-help book?
Well, it is a little abstract, but basically you just need to pinpoint what's bothering you.
I am self-aware enough to know what things are bothering me, but if you can't do anything about it... My father would say, if you can't do anything about it, why worry about it? But that does not help in practicality.
The second step is to focus all your anxiety on that point. This is science! Don't get distracted. Focus. Now for step 3. Yank out that anxiety and cast it away with all your might.
At least in my perspective, that does not work.
That doesn't mean it won't work. The best method for relieving anxiety is the one that works, right?
The bunny is like, I demand your attention. Would he follow me around if I, like...
What's wrong? You look like... Oh, I think I know what you're going to ask. You've come to the right person. Ooh, you want to know more about the Express? I'm glad. After all, it's an important companion of ours.
Alright.
The Express is traveling on a route that the Trailblaze once embarked on. The names of some destinations have been lost, but the first and final stops were both at Pagana, Akuvili's home world. We speculate the Astral Express started its journey from Pagana, stopping at each destination along the way before returning there for its next journey. However, the appearance of the Stellaron has caused a delay at each stop. There's a legend in the galaxy. The heart of Akuvili themselves lies in the core of the Astral Express, providing it with the power to travel between worlds. But I found no evidence of that aboard the Express. Besides, the Express existed before the Trailblaze fell. There's no way they could have had two hearts, right? However, it is likely that the Express possesses some sort of mechanism to transfer power from the Trailblaze.
I mean, it's an alien god, so it could definitely have two hearts.
It wouldn't be possible with a normal path strider. The fallen Eon, deceased Trailblaze. Their passing is still a mystery, but of all the known Eons, Akuvili was the closest to mankind. In the databank aboard the Express, it is recorded that they walked among the mortals, adventuring, fighting, and celebrating with them. Although they were an Eon restrained by the Prima Mobile, Akuvili enjoyed a freedom similar to us mortals. They were different from most. But their passing came so suddenly that it was thought they were killed by another Eon. I don't believe that to be the case.
Why? What do you believe?
The Astral Express was a tool created by Akuvili the Trailblaze, who used it to transport themselves and the Nameless across the galaxy. It is rumored that there are other vehicles like it, but the Express has no such records. When I found the Express, its memory had been severely damaged, with much of its valuable information lost. All I know is that the Express is an aspect of creation built by Akivili themselves and used to travel the cosmos. As for how it was built and how it was damaged, I do not have an answer.
Are we the Astral Express? Like, if the Nameless One might have been what is the heart of the Nameless One is what powered the Express. I'm curious if we're like the human version of the Express. Cause like, I wish I could zoom in on my outfit, but the outfit, I kind of thought it was similar to Kafka's insect outfit because of these lines. But now this hood right here is the front, could be the front of the train, and then like each of these bits and bobs could resemble like the train. So that's a potential, or the outfit could just be modified after the train.
The galaxy is endlessly vast. I wouldn't know where to begin, especially when you ask me like that so suddenly. I've been to many different worlds, yet I still know very little about the galaxy, simply because it's too vast. As for its nature, there are a few theories that I can share with you. The most popular is probably the Cosmos Tree theory, proposed by Xandar, emanator of erudition and the first member of the Genius Society. He compared the galaxy to an enormous imaginary tree, with its leaves being individual universes. Therefore, only eons who draw their energy from the imaginary, and emanators who are blessed by eons, can travel through the spaces filled with imaginary energy. That's why planets where civilizations exist are so similar. However, the theory has its flaws. Elias Salas, the 56th member of the Genius Society, invented remote detection, disproving that the imaginary is unique. This shook the foundation of the Cosmos Tree theory. There are other theories as well. The stretching theory, the heat torch theory, and the parallel imaging theory. The Riddlers claim the galaxy is just a dream, and IX's followers seem to like that claim. Eons are the most mysterious beings in the galaxy. All we know is that they ascended from the form of intelligent beings. As for the how and why, even the geniuses over at the Genius Society haven't the slightest clue. Upon ascending to Eonhood, that being gains power over the paths, free to choose the allocation of imaginary energy however they wish, while suffering the restrictions of the primum mobile.
Okay, so as I was kind of trying to explain earlier, is once they have some form of higher intelligence, they become a god. And becoming the god, they get to choose, like, what they stand for, but by doing that, they are then restricted to only being able to use what that power is. They no longer have the freedom of changing between them.
The Eon of Destruction seeks only to destroy the universe, while the Eon of Erudition wants to find the answer for all that exists. Meanwhile, the Eon of Preservation continues to forge walls, and the Eon of Enigmata devotes itself to obscuring all that is known.
So they become like the core value that they may have had that drove them to become a god in the first place. Okay.
A cloud of mystery shrouds the Eons. I heard Madame Herta recruited a team to try and solve the mysteries about them. Compared to the Eons, the factions are much easier to understand. Mortals with the same objective gather together to practice their understanding of eons and paths. Many eons are unreachable, but the factions are close to us. After Akivili trailblazed across the galaxy, people became aware of the existence of other worlds. Gradually, more people started trying to use the power of the eons to travel between worlds. The Interastral Peace Corporation is a good example. They worship Klapoth, the Eon of Preservation, but somehow became the largest economic entity in the galaxy. Another example is the Genius Society. There are no shortages of eccentrics like Madame Herta, who dedicate themselves to scientific research under the protection of the erudition. These factions possess the same power as us to voyage between worlds. It would be hard to travel through the galaxy without them. The birth of an eon gives rise to a path. The nature of the paths remains a mystery, leaving us to draw an analogy in a way that mortals can understand. It's a philosophical concept of sorts. A person is considered to be on a path when their will overlaps with that path. If the person has a strong enough will, they can draw power from that path. Those who can do so are called pathstriders.
Okay, so just your core beliefs align enough with the gods, and if you're strong enough, you can borrow the power.
Pathstriders possess extraordinary power, but are still insignificant compared to the eons, like a drop of water in a vast ocean. Sometimes eons will bestow a mortal with their power, making them an emanator of that eon.
Or have you played other games in Avatar?
I should mention that once a path is open, it cannot be closed, even with the fall of its eon. That is how we are still able to travel across the stars, despite Akivili's passing. Trailblaze is our mission, and the source of strength that powers the Express to travel across the galaxy. Explore the unknown world to continue our journey ahead. Understand the local culture and immerse ourselves within it. Establish a connection with the new world, rejoice with it, and share in its fears. Connect worlds together, carving an endless path.
Interesting. Lots of info we just got just then. Oh, the bunny will follow us. Oh, Dr. Yang moved, so we should go talk to him again. Or Mr. Yang, I mean.
This is your first time experiencing the warp jump, so a little discomfort is unavoidable. If you're really anxious about it, I can stay here and have a chat with you.
Yes, please hold my hand.
About everyone on the Express? Who would you like to know about it? Dan Hung is a lonely child. He may appear distant and cold, but his heart is kind. Perhaps he's the way he is today because he spent so much time on the run. Sometimes he reminds me of myself when I was young. He used to work at the Xianzhou. We don't know what he's running from. He once told me that he didn't know either. All he knew was that something was chasing him and that he had to run. So he boarded the ship of a troop called the Morning Actors and escaped the IPC. After a while, he made his way to the Express, and he's stayed here longer than anywhere else. Don't worry. No matter who or what wants to hurt Dan Hung, we won't let them. Those who dare attack members of the Astral Express should be prepared to suffer the wrath of me and Himiko.
Oh, I can't ask about you. That was gonna be my next one.
Did Himiko tell you about March 7th? She was trapped in ice, floating through space. We happened upon her and rescued her. It was a unique type of ice known as six-phased ice, a substance that adheres to imaginary law, meaning that external forces cannot change its form. Whoever sealed her inside the six-phased ice, no matter who it is, did so either to protect her or banish her. I believe she had been floating through space for some time. She's the owner of the Express. We joke around calling Pom Pom the conductor, but everyone knows Himiko is the boss.
Just because she found it first?
It all started with her encounter with the Astral Express, and they haven't been apart since then. She's extremely passionate, like a burning sun. However, she remains mysterious most of the time. Once in a while, you feel that she's burning herself out, trying to accomplish her dream. Only someone like her is worthy of the Astral Express. I think Himiko's vision of her whole life revolves around a very important dream. To be honest, I don't know when Pom Pom appeared. I think it was before I came to the Express. No, wait, maybe it was after. Pom-Pom is like the spirit of the Astral Express. Whenever anyone on the Express needs help, they will appear immediately. It would be ill-advised to underestimate them. Pom-Pom is terrifying when they get angry. Yes, it's terrifying. It's impossible to trace the origins of this phenomenon. When it's observed by humans, or should I say, once it begins to affect the physical world, it's already too late to reverse. It's like a sudden storm that appears on a calm ocean. This phenomenon causes the smooth journey through the expanse to be filled with dangers. The mechanism whereby this mutation and corrosion spreads is the stellarons. It promulgated rapidly like cancer cells, so the International Peace Corporation named it the Cancer of All Worlds. They are the army ruled by the Eon of Destruction, Nanook. As Nanook's followers, they stand against all life and civilization and execute the will of destruction, disseminating chaos and calamity. Their actions cannot be explained by reason, because their only motivation and purpose is to destroy. Fragmentums are a phenomenon of corrosion. The mainstream school of thought is that stellarons catalyzed the appearance of fragmentums. All matter and space that comes into contact with the fragmentum will be turned into fragmentum creations. However, you don't have to feel too burdened. At the very least, the current state of the stellaron in your body is very stable and will not cause distortion to the outside.
Okay. Well, everybody's moved, so let's go see if Dan Hyung moved before I talk to Pom Pom. Because I want to make sure I get all the lore. Oh. That's physically where the bookshelf is. Okay. He does not have anything new for me. Okay, Pom Pom, I'm ready.
You took long enough. But at least everyone's here now. He won't be here, so just leave him be. Oh yeah, take these. A tiny bonus from the conductor to the passenger. Think of it as an investment in your future growth.
Oh, so this is like your AR in Genshin. That's 4 tickets I have now. Ah, just short of the next one.
Okay, everyone, hurry up and find a place to sit down. Try not to be like March, always running around the express like a headless chicken. Pom Pom's going to start the final preparations for the jump.
Oh, we can add friends finally. I'll have to tell my in real life friend so that we can add each other. Alright, let's run by the store because I just got a bunch of these. Alright, I just got a bunch of stuff, so let's level up everybody's light cones. Oh, I didn't get that much stuff apparently. Should I also max out March? It's like, because I know, well, nah, we'll just do it anyway. There we go. Everybody's at 20. Everyone's light cones are as high as I can currently get them with the materials I have. I don't have enough for my last pull to get a 5-star yet. Everything there's good. More synthesis material. Okay. Are you ready to move on to the next planet? Yes! What's the next stop?
The universe. The Astral Express. Eons. Did I get dragged into a science fiction movie or something? This Stellaron thing in my body.
Are you trying to catch the stars? I've done stuff like that before. But it wasn't stars for me, though. It was lights. When I first woke up after being rescued from the ice, I could see clusters of stars in front of me. I reached out for them automatically, but they turned out to be the carriage ceiling lights.
We were having our deep thought moment where we were lamenting what's happened to us, but it also seems like that implies from him stating like, oh, all this stuff has happened, it's like a science fiction movie, that our main character's intelligence is almost like an isekai. They're like, oh, I woke up here, and all of this stuff is very similar to a sci-fi movie, meaning wherever his intelligence comes from, it's not, none of this is normal.
Was watching me. It was pretty embarrassing. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Before all this, I was stuck in a huge block of ice drifting through space.
You did tell me about the drifting through space bit, not the ice bit.
Himeko and Mr. Yang and... who was it again? Anyway, they figured out a way to melt the ice and saved me.
I wonder how they did that, because Mr. Yang says it was like you cannot enact any force upon it. Like physical force.
I don't remember a thing. Who I am, where I'm from, my name. It's like everything was erased from my mind. March 7th was the day they found me, so it stuck.
That's a little basic, but okay. This is very protagonist, kind of like, oh, I woke up. And I knew nothing of my past.
Ever since then, I've been hanging out on this train and following it to whatever destination it decides to stop at. I'm hoping that one day I can find my past. What am I talking about this for? A way to get everyone down, huh? Cheer up! It's not every day someone gets to ride on the Astral Express. Ah, here comes the conductor.
The Express has reached a safe distance from the space station. We'll be jumping in about 10 minutes. Return to your seats, please. Both of you! Things could get bumpy.
Thanks, Pom-Pom. But did you really have to come and remind me? I'm not a newbie, you know.
Well, it wouldn't be necessary, but Miss March 7th likes to challenge herself. And falls over every time.
As a clumsy individual myself, I feel attacked.
That's just called never giving up. Conductor, can I get a juice, please? Thank you.
We're jumping in 5 minutes. You can have something to drink when it's over.
But I'm thirsty now.
Oh, everyone's moved again.
Oh, don't worry about me. I just want to see if I can stay on my feet this time. It's fine. I'm sturdier than I look. Besides, the ice will protect me. When I'm in danger, I instinctively create ice to protect myself.
So probably when you entered space somehow, you froze yourself. So that's probably where the ice came from. The next question is, why were you in space?
Though sometimes ice actually hurts more than falling on the ground. Well, don't mind me. Find a place to sit down and buckle up.
I would, but there's new dialogue every single time
Next stop is a
they
small
move.
planet called Eurilo 6.
Eurilo,
It's
okay.
been thousands of years since the last time the Express paid a visit. The databank shows it was a lush and beautiful place. But after all this time, it's possible that dramatic changes have occurred.
I'm confused on how the Express works, because on one hand, it stated that they caught, like, when we were on Herta Space Station, the Asta called for them. And so they were able to come to the space station's aid. But on the other hand, the Express seems to just wander on its own as well. So, like, can they control where it goes in any capacity?
Jumps are like this. They may feel novel the first few times, but you'll slowly get used to them after a few more. As for the mechanism, well, if you're interested, I'll explain it to you in detail when we have more time. For now, just sit and wait. Remember to close your eyes. It helps with the dizziness.
I feel that. That's a good, good advice when you're really dizzy.
Maybe Danhan locked it.
That's exactly who I wanted to talk to. I wanted to see if he was available to talk to. What is that? I have mail. Oh! Nice. Just 10 free tickets. I'll take it. Of the limited banner tickets. Nice. Alright, so that's everyone. But yeah. See, like, the circle is potentially the top of the express kind of thing. Very comfortable sofa. It feels like you'll fall asleep after sitting on it. Hold on tight and wait for the jumpsuit to finish.
Hello? Hello, hello? All passengers, please return to your seats. The train is about to make the jump. Hold on, everyone.
I won't fall over. I won't fall over.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
After all those millennia, is this what Eurilo 6 has become?
Uh-huh. So, that snowy planet is our destination this time?
Yes. Looks like this trailblazing expedition won't be easy.
Spatial readout anomaly. Star Rail stability is down to 12%. Schedule alteration. 7-day stopover time extended indefinitely.
Indefinitely?
Indefinitely. Until the anomaly is removed.
Take an ordinary train as an example. It's like the tracks up ahead have suddenly snapped, and the way forward leads straight into a collapsing abyss. The only sensible thing to do would be to brake hard, right?
If we try to force our way ahead, there could be a hefty price to pay.
This again? Don't tell me. It's gotta be.
The results of the preliminary analysis are here. The anomaly stems from a Stellaron, as always.
Like my Stellaron? Or another one?
Just like the one that's been placed into your body.
Okay, but it's not mine that's doing it.
Don't worry, it's not the first time our route has been obstructed by a Stellaron. Stellarons are clouded in mystery. Even Herta isn't able to fully understand them. But at least we know how to neutralize their influences.
The only thing we can say for sure is that their arrival causes massive changes to civilizations and ecosystems. They also generate distortions in space, such as fragmentums.
So, considering Himiko said that this planet, Yario, was super lush and forested, but now it's like an ice barren wasteland, then that's probably the Stellaron's impacts.
There must be an inextricable connection between the Stellaron we're dealing with here and Eurilo 6 becoming a frozen planet.
Yep, what I said.
Our current theory is that Stellarons are seeds of disaster, planted by a certain eon throughout the universe. We can't continue to trailblaze without removing the source of the disaster.
Why can't the people on the planet get rid of it?
It's empowering, looking out at a world from a window like this. But when you set foot on the planet itself, you realize how small and helpless you really are. Just like them.
I'd like to entrust this trailblazing expedition to March, Dan Heng, and you. The objective is clear. Find the Stellaron responsible for the disaster and the spatial distortions, and bring it back to the Express. We'll deal with the rest.
Awesome! We get to work as a team again.
That I'm kind of sleepy. You're not coming?
Someone has to stay on the train or Pom Pom will get lonely. Not to mention, Nanook threw us a glance just now. If we're targeted by the Antimatter Legion, then things could go south fast.
So it's still not our turn.
I know you really want to go, but we should give the youngsters a chance to get out there on their own. It'll be a good opportunity for them to bond. March, if you two are ready, why not go and find Dan Heng? He's probably already started collating the ecological data and survey results for Eurilo 6. It's always good to know more about the destination before you start a journey.
Alright, people have moved. Again.
Thanks to a brilliant performance, you guys saved the space station from a moment of crisis. Now, the Express is relying on you to get it moving again. Remember, there are 4 things we do when we arrive at a new world. Explore, understand, establish, and connect. And I'm sure you'll get along really well with March and Dan Heng.
I would also really like to get along well with Dan Heng.
Each stop brings its own grand and exciting adventure. No, Pom Pom can't leave the train right now.
Pom Pom's so dejected all of a sudden.
Alright, so that's 5, so I only need 2 more, or 3 more, and I'll be able to do my, oh, there's Mr. Yang. I was like...
Ever since the destruction sowed Stellarons across the universe, many worlds have changed.
I'll be able to get my, last beginner 10 pull, and we'll be able to get our first 5-star.
Nanook, the destruction, Yaosha, the abundance, Terminus, the finality. I've seen and learned a lot in my time, but I still struggle to understand some of the Eon's actions.
And of course, what we want is Mr. Yang right here. We want Mr. Yang to be our 5-star. Mr. Yang, bless us with your presence, please. Alright, we will talk to you.
Planet covered in snow and ice. Will I find my answer here? Whoa! Don't sneak up on me like that. Why are you still here? Go find Dan Heng. Exciting adventures are waiting for us.
You can literally see him. Like, turn 2 more feet and he's right here.
Are you doing okay after your first jump? Dizziness or retching are normal reactions. You'll feel better once you get used to it. I enjoy being alone, especially when I have important work to do.
Introvert, got it.
I went through the Express's database, and it seems the environment on Eurilo 6 has undergone drastic changes in the past few centuries. It was not a frozen planet to begin with. He said so? Considering the spatial obstacles that the Star Rail has encountered, it's highly possible. I've conducted a preliminary survey and found that there's one area with a relatively normal temperature on the surface of the planet. By normal, I mean a temperature that just about allows for human survival. If I had to choose a site for initial investigation on this trailblazing expedition, that would be it. As I expected. Before you came, whenever March wanted to go anywhere, Himiko would make Mr. Yang and me go with her. And even after you arrived, I didn't suppose I'd be the one to be liberated of that duty.
Oh my gosh, he's such a older brother having to deal with a younger sister.
I assume the trailblazing objective this time is to find the Stellaron on Eurilo 6 and dispel the effect it's exerting on the Star Rail. Right?
You are correct, sir.
You should find March. I'll join you two once I'm ready.
I have already done that. She told me to find you. Can I talk to you again? Nope.
Did you talk to Don Hung? How'd it go?
Full of enthusiasm, of course.
Really? I find that hard to believe. Relax. Don Hung and I are experienced trailblazers. We got your back.
You lost the key card you were given to go around the space station. I don't know how much I trust that.
Well, are you ready?
You bet. Let's go.
When I first saw this planet, I thought, a world covered in ice. Could it have something to do with my past? Now I can't stop thinking about it. Still, the ice that trapped me was six-phased ice, a very rare substance. I don't think you can find it on your average planet.
I mean, the planet's been covered in ice due to Stellaron, so I don't think it's an average situation. We don't know if we don't look.
To be honest, I think I'd be kind of annoyed if I found out this was my home world. It looks freezing. Pretty girls aren't frost resistant.
What? Is there something on my face?
Nah, I was just imagining all the fun we're gonna have here.
I feel like she's gonna throw a snowball at him.
I feel sorry for this world. First the Stellaron, and now you.
Let's go.
All right, here comes the Eurilo 6 Trailblaze team.
Eurilo 6. We're here.
It really is one big snowball. Hey, get your own metaphor. Snow as far as the eye can see. Which direction should we take?
Based on the coordinates, the target should be up ahead.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go!
I was unaware we would be hiking.
Me neither. If only we had a snowmobile. We never get to bring anything cool from the Express.
Do you remember what you did to our last snowmobile?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, so our privileges, snowmobile privileges, are restricted because of you.
Remember, we should stay vigilant. We know very little about this world.
Calm down. Between the three of us, nothing will stand in our way.
I feel like if people still exist on this planet, then we should have contacted them first before we showed up, because otherwise I feel like we're about to have something very Genshin-like happen to us.
I mean, come on. You've got a Stellaron in your body. I have my special six-phased ice powers. And Don Hung, he's got that mysterious past thing going for him. So if people start creating trouble for us, they're gonna regret it.
Let's just not also cause the trouble.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go. Braving the unknown? That's the real spirit of trailblazing.
Okay, thanks to the navigation system of the Astral Space, you can travel between different worlds and areas. The worlds that you have been to will be marked on the Star Rail map. Ah. Oh. This is our map area. And this is the space station. Okay. It says there are 3 chests.
This place still hasn't been corroded, yet Fragmentum monsters have already made it here. I fear the Stellaron may be too late to repent.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock.
Past victories don't guarantee future ones.
Not breakable. Okay. What a strange object. Seems really out of place in the snow plains. Maybe Mr. Yang will know what this is. Let's send a message and ask him. What this? It's a calyx, a strange entity born from the phenomenon of space distortion. There's some reality data in the calyxes that might come in handy, but please be careful when coming in contact with them. The existence of calyxes is still mysteries to us, and the dangers within is incalculable. In your coming journey, you might come across other calyxes like this, and the reality data stored in the different calyxes may vary, so look out for that. I remember our new feature, Calyx Golden. Defeat entities to obtain general materials. Calyx Golden has been archived in the Interstellar Peace Guide. View details here. These game modes cost Trailblaze power to play. Trailblaze power covers. Okay, so it's like the spears in it's like the spears in Genshin. Well, let's do it once to get like. Oh, and you can do up to 6 times. Sure, let's max it out.
I've no interest in conflict. The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Watch this awesome move!
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Oh, so since I maxed it out to 6, there's gonna be 6 rounds. Okay.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
That's it. You can fight it, or rock with it!
Turn it up!
And it seems like each round they get a little bit stronger, potentially. Oh, we just got some kind of achievement.
Vision. Break!
Let's rock! Here!
Rules are made to be broken.
Try that again!
Last round.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Let's rock! You can't run!
Ooh. Strange creation in the shape of flower bud with golden stamen and ink black petals. Defeat enemies to gain character XP, light cone XP materials, and credits. Yeah, so pretty much like the spears in Genshin. Activate or level up character traces 4 times. Is that what I needed? Nice. A river flows in spring. Well, everyone, let me pause and look that one up. River Star Rail flows in spring. Game 8. Best characters. Okay, so that's specifically only for Young Ching, which is, I think, the character this faces, so. Alright, the past will return as an avalanche, so I think that's might be the mission we're currently on. Oh, we're gonna get outfit stuff. Cool. Ascend a character, ascend a light cone, use 4-piece relic set, simulated world 1. Okay. Let me look at the map. Is there anything with this building? Yeah, it has a... Investigate.
These buildings have been buried in the snowfall.
Huh? So these are rooftops? How long would snow have to fall to get this thick?
A long, long time.
Wow, that's scary. Oh, okay, so that was the noise.
Too late.
Let's go. Phew! Watch this awesome move.
Path?
Huh? Did you see that? I think something's moving.
It's just an ordinary snowdrift. Are you sure you're not seeing things?
Of course not. My eyesight's perfect. Come on, let's take a closer look.
Yeah, but we should also be careful, because there might be like, things that are able to withstand the snow running around, potentially monsters. Because there are, like, people buried in crystals here. Alright, that's where we're going. So what's up here? See, these right here. Like people that look like they've been frozen. Alright, so it looks like where we're going. So let's not do that first.
Hey, get out of there or you'll shiver to death. Holding your breath won't help.
I got this, March. Someone's got their head stuck in the sand, or the snow in this case.
What a great angle.
They just need a helping hand.
Ouch! My fine fellow, was that really necessary? Is crawling around in the snow a crime these days? I mean, come on, surely it doesn't warrant a spearing.
I have seen pictures of this one, and everyone is spelling his name wrong. Because I saw for the longest name people calling this man Shampoo. But considering his hair, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my. I would just shrug.
But then again, how can I blame you? I mean, I caught you off guard. It had to happen. You could even say I deserved it, huh? Besides, I made a gallant group of new friends as a result.
Who is this jester? I'm getting such, like, if anyone's seen Kakyo Hitman Reborn, I'm getting such, like, Skull feelings from this man.
Is Captain Japard around? He's an old buddy of mine.
We have not met this person, no.
Who?
Wait, you're not Silvermane guards? Well, why didn't you say so? Turns out we're on the same side after all. Pleasure to meet you. The name's Shampoo. Excellent, I'll remember the name. Never thought I'd run into friends from the same line of work out here in this frozen wasteland. Business is bad these days, but fear not. Shampoo isn't interested in hoarding. There's more than enough treasure to go around, so let's get rich together.
My good sir, I think we are on completely different wavelengths. Also, how are you not freezing with your entire waist out like that?
Say, why don't we join forces? I have reliable intel the main strength of the Silvermane guards is being deployed to the front line. This is a golden opportunity.
I feel like this is the important question.
Come now, friends. I can understand the mistrust, but there's no need for the charade. Then again, I know the rules. Vigilance is the name of the game in our profession. It's my fault for letting my enthusiasm and sincerity get the better of me. Anyway, a meeting like this has to have been written in the stars. Ask me anything you like. I won't skimp on the details. Still make it snappy. You're never more than 10 feet from a Silvermane guard.
I can see why my friend described them the way they did. Fungus Man, indeed.
Settlement? What a literary turn of phrase. Why, there's only one place in this world where the living still reside. Our beloved Bellabog. The further away you get, the dicier things become. The city of preservation, the towering citadel, humanity's last bastion against the eternal freeze. It may sound a bit over the top, but those names are grounded in truth. The only place humans can eke out an existence is behind those impregnable walls.
See, I get that we're here to gather information because this is where the only place where humans can gather, but if the Stellaron is turning the planet into an ice ball, wouldn't it be the opposite side of the world? Because everything would freeze around the Stellaron and then start growing outwards. So wouldn't it be on the exact opposite side, which is where the Stellaron would be?
Me? You guys scared me to death. There I was, looking for relics to sell, when all of a sudden you came stomping over. I thought the Silvermane guards were paying me a visit.
Alright everyone, I must pause for a hot second. I need to go help with something. A storm is about to hit.
Seriously though, try treading a little lighter next time, huh? If you run into the guards, they won't hide in a snowdrift, and you'll be in a cell before you know it. You really don't know? The Silvermane guards are Bellabog's soldiers, enforcers, and police. Let's just say they're not the most flexible of people. And they like paying visits to folks in our line of work. Seems like you guys really are new to the business. To be young and naive again. How about this? As a senior in the field, which I'm sure you don't mind me saying, I'll give you some free guidance. There are ways of doing things in this profession, and you better get familiar with them. Moving in the shadows, finding the goods, pricing your stock, hiding from the guards. There's an art to all of it.
Can't we just say we're from off-planet?
No need. Why don't you just take us to the city? We don't really know the way.
The city? Already? They haven't even started trading yet. Well, showing you the way is easy enough, Missy, but it would cost. But it would be my pleasure. Kindness is Shampoo middle name. Follow me, friends, and keep quiet. be spotted by the guards.
So why were you hiding from the Silvermane guards?
Yeah, we're just storing a few relics away from prying eyes. Nothing serious. If it weren't for the uncompromising nature of our civil service, there'd be no need for secrecy. So whereabouts you guys from, anyway? I don't mean to pry or anything. I just care about my friends. No pressure.
Are we not going to answer him? Tell him we're from off-planet? Alright, everyone, as I stated, it looks like I am being called away. Oh my gosh, that bug scared me. And so I guess we'll pick up from here at another point. Thank you all for watching. Let me switch to the other screen so that I at least get some use for it. There we go. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, night, sleep. I know a lot of us need it. And goodbye.